testing, multiple testings, like all the testings in the world, just so I can test. Blah blah blah, me. Okay, you guys can hear me, so this is a good thing. Let me turn this all the way down, and then turn this stuff back on so you guys can actually hear. That is how that works. Device connected. Thank you for that information. Anyways, just so I can make sure. Okay, you guys can hear, so that's the main point of this. Now, what do I want to say to keep this very short and simple? It seems like my chat is disabled, but you might be wondering, why can you see literally everything? By the way, here's my setup for how I'm going to be streaming. Now, you might be wondering, why can we see everything you're doing? We're starting from this. So, if you read the title, or if you read these little words, you read, there's something somewhere else, but I don't know where it is. Anyway, this Chromebook is what is powering my entire system. Now, something I need to prove for, like, certain people who watch my videos, parents, I can say that since it's not recording it on that thing. However, our webcam might just not work light-wise, and we're not going to put it in front of my face. So there we go. Okay, so look down here. This cord connected. I need you to see this. These are literally the same cord. So it's net connected. This is, however, not that one. I need to actually put this one back up here so I can run more stuff. But all my clothes is here so that I don't actually use this computer. Something I need to explain for my parents. This computer is here so that I will ignore my computer and just never use it. I even have this little switch turned off, so, you know, all that fun stuff. Just so I can prove that I don't use it. That's kind of my only proof on that matter, though. And also because if it was on, you know, you'd be able to see a little lights and everything. There's just nothing. No blue light. I mean, I can show you on YouTube. No reflection. You can't really see it, when I put that. But same cord. Hope you can realize the color distinction. And it's always going to be with the exact same cord, so I don't misplace it. I'll probably put like a pink thing on it, just to be sure. And then also one of these are for the Xbox cord, I think. That or the Xbox broken. I honestly don't know. But all this cool stuff. Let me think. Yeah, this little cord is for the laptop. It's actually on my Oculus right now because me and Layla need to do another series. Here's my new room, guys. There's me in a mirror, but my whole room, since I know everyone wants a tour, there's no more fish tank. We have a little area over there now whenever I do drawing stuff. Chat, we're going to fix up one of my streams right quick. Concurrent viewers, yeah. Look, I need to edit this stream a little bit, right? So, we're going to put this down for a minute so you guys can't see what I'm doing. Here, you can look at my hand, I guess. I just lost a sub. Can't believe this. Okay. So, I just wanted to be able to explain all of this for the beginning of my live. Otherwise, we'd be kind of not in good details. No, not made for kids. I want the chat to be able to be used. Anyone? There is live chat, no slow mode, save, analytics, 3 concurrent viewers for some reason. Don't know why you guys are sticking up here, but that's epic. I'm glad you guys are here. Like, no hate or anything. Like, I'm not being mad about it, but like, I'm just curious what's making you guys stay, you know? Jesus. However, I might have to start keeping my Chromebook here so that they don't like truly think I'm using it. Look, we'll explain all the like nitty gritty stuff in a bit, but for now we're just trying to make everything make sense. Okay, yeah, so chat does work now. Hello. Send a text on my account. Sorry about you guys looking at that box. Refresh page. You close dockable window. I don't know how to bring it back though. It's kind of why I never really wanted to do that. I didn't mean to do that. Bro, I need to have that thing. Chat, there it is. Finally. Hello, Pixel. Sorry, I was trying to fix all the stuff. Anyways, just so I can show it one more time. We're not using my computer. It's all there. I mean, you can also look, the fan isn't really going. It's just kind of sitting there stationary. So, that was my proof. I just need to prove that. Let me turn off this camera, actually. Let me just delete it so it doesn't ever turn back on. And then we'll hide this text so it's not on the screen forever. And hi, Pixel. I know you've missed me. We might do Borderlands streams. I'm not too sure yet. I need to figure out how getting like all that stuff on my accounts and all that. Look, it's gonna be really difficult to figure out, but I'm going to, trust me. You mark my words, pal. You zesty. I am not zesty. Anyways, we're gonna go ahead and create this world into the Minecraft generation. Because, yeah. It is 12 o'clock in the morning though, so it is a weekend though, so I'm pretty sure. These streams might not be daily, they might be just like really sporadic. It truly just depends. I don't think I can get in trouble for doing these streams. Hi, Pixel. Yeah, hey. I need to soothe you. I haven't streamed for so long and I need you to stay on my channel. This is me trying to make sure you don't leave me forever. So, I thought we'd talk about it a little bit. Let me switch accounts right quick for my thing, if you don't mind. I want to make sure I get the most amount of views as possible. I genuinely hope you don't mind. I promise I'm going to explain so much to you. Plus, I need to explain it on the channel as well. You know, HD Corporation. That might be the email thing. Confirming you're not a robot. I'm relatively sure. Bridges. I think those are all bridges. Alright. Trying to have this all open so that I can... Shit, I don't have the book with me. Right now, I'll just watch this stream on my own account. I'm sure I'll be fine. As long as I have some amount of concurrent viewers, I'm sure my channel counts as its own. Definitely probably not, but it's a good way to read chat as well. Then keep Minecraft and the launcher open. Alright. And by the way, this is all in the new version. There's yeah, 1.21.4. I haven't played any of the new stuff, and I thought, hey, I probably should, because, you know, I haven't done literally anything on my channel, and I need to start doing stuff again. So, let's start at like the very, very beginning. I had a little issue with my parents, like at some point in my life, very recently. Like at the very beginning of January, so January 1st, 2025, I had an issue with my parents for a whole day. It persisted, and honestly, if we're gonna be honest, I really think it could have like persisted longer, but sadly it didn't. I mean, to me, it's persisted, but it truly depends on how you look at it. And this is a good way to embark on it. But basically, my parents took the computer that I just showed you. I'm not using it. I need to emphasize this a lot because my parents have my channel, and I need them to like genuinely understand that I am not touching it. My computer was taken from me, obviously. I apparently am not supposed to have it back until I'm 18, but exactly what they said word for word, and I'm going to express this very clearly. I'm expressing everything as clearly as I can just so I can, find loopholes and everything, but at the very beginning of New Year's, I was doing like really good on YouTube. Like everything was just like slowly popping off, and I think that if I just continue on my grinds, then it'll do just greatly. And I'm gonna try like advertising all that fun stuff. But yeah, I'm trying to think how else can I explain everything. But basically, they said that until I was 18 or until I could like pay for it, like to use it, like pay for the bill that it costs to use my computer, then I would not use it. And when I left for that day, they ended up putting it in the attic. And me personally, they have already messed up like the wires from that day, cause that same day I had like a little bit of an issue, kind of had a hothead moment and said a lot in the moment. Kind of meant it, kind of didn't. Kind of truly depends on everything. I made a joke about my stepdad because my stepdad seems to not like being called certain things, especially if they're not right. Like what I said, just completely wrong, like completely. But I said it anyways, just because I knew it would tick a fuse. I'm so smart like that. But he wouldn't like if I even like had a secondary plan like that. Screw doing it, but I let him call me I don't think I can say it, but it's the R slur. I let him call me an R slur, guys. I can't believe it. But also because like I refer to myself as like that anyways. Like I don't know what man thought it was gonna do. Like it was gonna hurt my feelings, bro. I know I am, but like I play a lot of steps ahead depending on the moment. I can't express too clearly how much I think ahead, otherwise I'll lose my status of being really stupid anyway. So, lost my computer, not supposed to have it back. However, I didn't really like it being in the attic just personally because there's a lot of dust that dust, particles, stuff like that. The stuff that you don't want getting on like the fans and stuff because it'll like corrode the metal and all that. I just didn't like it being up there and had been up there for 2 months. So, beginning of February, and it was immediately put up there. Up until February 22nd at 4:21 a.m. or 4:21 p.m. My bad. I know the exact time that I took it because I also have like a picture on Snapchat from when like I sent it to Layla telling her that I was just literally gonna put it up. Cause also I don't really trust my parents not breaking stuff, and something my mom told me very directly. It was a gift. It was mine. So I'm not supposed to use it, which is I'm completely fine with. Honestly, I've been taking like a break from doing everything, but like at least like online wise, like playing games and everything, I just took a break from what just been living my life. It's kind of helpful, I guess. Depends on what you think helpful is, but either way, I've been doing it, not willingly at first, but came down to having to do it. And over the course of a while, I've just been thinking about it, like, how can I like truly think about it? And here's something that I try to explain to certain people, but since this is my YouTube channel, I told myself this is gonna be like my own personal online diary, so I kind of have to explain it here. And it's kind of a good way for me to just like get it off of my chest. So, and also don't want to think about it. Damn, L fall Lamau. These are not nice things to say, Pixel. I know I'm saying like a lot, but like I truly don't know how to explain most of the situations. They have to be kind of vague with what I explain, because I don't want like a ton of my personal information out there. But like I don't mind certain things. If you probably looked up my page, you probably could find like a ton of like pictures and stuff from the situation. But either way, stuff that happened is stuff that happened. I choose to ignore it. But my parents said some things, just I guess hot thing. But they've insisted these things like multiple times in my life, and I just took the opportunity to do it. And then they acted like it was an issue that I took the you know the quote unquote bait, because I'm like that. And I think I proved pretty well. I could be fine on my own and like everything like that. I was gonna try and like get a job and stuff to like pay for money. I can't find like job stuff though, like, and also because you need like an ID and stuff to get a job, and it's like a whole thing. Everything is so complicated in life, I've realized. And I mean, I think that's pretty obvious. Life in general is always going to be complicated. But here's the thing. Before I got my computer taken, my New Year's live stream, I think I made a resolution. I was going to stream as much as I possibly could. Like, I was being happy. Like, for the first time in a while, like, doing YouTube and stuff, I was, like, genuinely happy because, like, it was working out. Everything was doing good. And something happened in between the time zone of me being happy and some other stuff. So something that like is a part of our household. We have cameras because a very long time ago stuff happened, just like robber wise, and then they got cameras, and then we had them before that, but we're gonna use that as the excuse for why they exist. But yeah, we have cameras, and they are meant to protect us and protect everyone around us, and I'm completely fine with this fact. However, parents normally have this thing involved with doing chores. That's a normal thing. Chores are normal. Always normal. We love things that are normal. And I'm completely fine with doing chores and everything. However, it's just like, you don't really get paid for doing chores here. Like, occasionally, like, we'll ask for stuff, but, like, more so recently, I haven't really had anything that I really want to ask for. Nor in general, I genuinely just kind of, like, wanted my computer to feel safe, because I don't like it being in the attic, because it just feels like it's going to break or something like that. Like, I'm going to get it back one day, and it's going to just be terrible. I make 35 a week. I make nothing a week. Pixel, okay, because of you, like, watching my videos, I was gonna get, like, a really good watch time hour. Like, it was gonna be great. You were gonna be my #1 supporter. And then, like, later on in the future, I just repay you so heavily because of how much it would have worked out. But my parents had other plans. So there was this issue with the cameras and everything where I used to, like, unplug them a lot and, like, do really, like, not like do bad things. I like unplug them because like we do chores, and at the time I didn't really like being watched while doing chores. It was just something that it was a pet peeve of mine. I'd always been watching, just suddenly it just started becoming an issue. I don't know why. But now I had the really good thing that my mom did. She got me headphones, and these headphones just like made it so I wasn't like thinking as much like whenever I was cleaning and everything. So I wasn't like in my own head like, oh my god, I'm being watched every second. It was just something I truly didn't like. Just got on my nerve for a while, and I started getting like paranoia like outside and stuff. It's kind of weird to explain because I've never explained that part to anyone, but I just started getting like really paranoid about stuff outside, and I just for some reason didn't like the cameras, and I didn't really know how to explain it to anyone, so I couldn't. There were also other like issues that persisted, like really personal issues, so we're not going to talk about those ones. But at some point, after I got the headphones and like was doing the chores normally, just without the camera, I hadn't unplugged the camera like for a really long time, because I told my mom like okay, I'd stop, but because my stuff had kind of mad. By the way, I didn't like unplug the cameras like to do anything stupid. It was genuinely just to like look and do chores normally. I didn't feel very normal, apparently. Not too sure why. Never probably gonna know why, but it's okay. I mean, it is now, because here we are doing a stream on a chromebook. I'll get to the really important part of why this might become an issue and why I might not do it as much, because they don't really like whenever I find loopholes either. But this time it felt kind of courtesy because of this certain situation. I realized that I can use an opportunity of something. So let's just sit inside of this little hole for a minute and look at ourselves. Yeah, I was having privacy when doing work. Yeah, it's like I just like having a bit of like privacy. And now, okay, something about work and chores. For work, you make money, but the thing about doing chores here, you don't get paid money. But if you ask for something, occasionally you'll get it. Sometimes you won't. It just depends. But not to say I'm not grateful, by the way. I am very grateful for my parents. Something that they like to insist upon me is that you are so ungrateful or you're not like happy with anything. Because I keep doing like just, again, quote unquote, stupid shit. I probably shouldn't say cuss words because it's supposed to be a child stream, but I keep on doing stuff that they don't like. And things that parents don't like, yeah, I guess good better to listen. I don't really understand the concept because the things I'm doing, they act like are going to like send me to like prison and stuff. Like, oh my god, like like, okay, the stuff that like I steal now, I wouldn't have to steal if I had a job, like, just a way of making money. Because then I can buy those things and be completely normal and it won't, like, have an issue with them and, like, taking stuff, like, from them and stuff like that. And I get the issue with taking stuff from them. It's, like, a terrible, terrible idea. Anything, I like being alone most of the time. I like being alone, like, too. Just in general. But, more so. I'll explain everything that's happened in my life. Don't you worry. But, yeah, I do like being alone too. While cleaning, I don't like being watched, but like I said, my mom got me these headphones. They did break recently, but I also have these earbuds, which I'm using for my chromebook and everything that I do now. But just listening to music helps me not focus on the surroundings of what can or can't be, and I seem to dwell a lot on what can't happen and what can happen. I don't know. I'm a really weird-minded person, and it's hard to explain for me for some reason. Like, I've never been able to explain myself, and I've always wanted to try and understand, but I think that's the problem that a lot of people have, though. Like, it's not just a me thing. It's just, something that people do. I find it annoying. Anyways, let's get back on the stealing stuff. But if I had a job and money, which something that I was trying to do was YouTube, and the stuff I was stealing like really helped with doing YouTube, and it was clearly doing good because I was slowly on track with making money. Like, I'm almost at 500 subs. I'm almost able to like start making money. I need to get the watch hours back up, so I have to grind doing a lot of streams on Chromebook, which is why I'm doing this in the first place. I want to still have my way of making money, and when I did, okay, I'm gonna give a little bit of like cliff notes into the secret privacy. I left home for a little bit on January 1st. I went off on my own, did things to like just on my own, because they insisted that I don't know if I should really like say so much. Look, I'll say this. Anything more private, I'll say in the Discord server, because I don't think a lot of people ever go to the Discord server. But I'll explain a bit more in detail there. But for now, we're gonna stick with being a little more vague, just because my parents could watch this stream, just because, I'm here doing it. And I wanted them to, if they did watch it, to at least have a basic understanding on how I see it. Because, I'm not really actually breaking any of their rules, technically. I'm using a Chromebook that they gave me, and technically I was only supposed to use it for like schoolwork. But here's the thing about this is that my mom recently came into my room while I was on it, and also I was playing Minecraft in front of my brother Logan. By the way, he is a major snitch, and he snitched about something that was physically impossible, and it kind of pissed me off because I got my computer taken for like a couple days at the very like almost end of 2024. That was something that I still hold a grudge against, and it's kind of why I don't really respect a lot of them now, because my parents have this issue of apparently making up or attempting to either make up lies or having lies be made up to like spin something some way. Like I have done something. Like, okay, just to explain the headphone situation and like doing chores and everything. Uh, my stepdad had like made like a repeated like remark to like try and like get me in trouble for something. So I did this little thing to just think far ahead, and I explained this to my mom because I had a lot of trust for my mom at this time. Just cliff note, um, not a lot of trust there anymore because of how the situation unfolded and just how I view it. I've lost a lot of trust there, and it's kind of painful in my heart to think about. So I tend not to, which is kind of why I'm also doing this, so I can just stop being in my own head. Because if I do, I'm going to go insane. Like I will genuinely go insane. I want him to be closer so he'd explode. So back to my story of, instead of being insane. So parents, my stepdad kept so okay. God, I'm so bad at explaining things, but I did this thing repeatedly where I would go outside and we in our backyard we have like this barn shed thing, and then we also have these two little shipping containers on each side and a little fence post, blah blah blah, all this cool stuff. But I used to go behind everything. We also have this trailer, by the way. This trailer is beside one of the sides of the containers. I'll I might draw a reference image for the Discord for going into detail if you want to like have a visual of it, since I can't really show it on stream. But yeah, I used to go behind the back of the barn area, also behind the fence, also what would be considered like more of a backyard for us. It's also where we used to like try and make this little like farm start growing because we wanted to like have plants, I think. Not that I really cared. I don't really care about planting so much unless it's in Minecraft hardcore because then I have food. But I used to go behind there, and I made this little padded area, and I actually have a picture of it, so that I could like just do some cool stuff. I thought it'd be pretty cool to have a pad area, and I also used it like being out there to exercise because it was a lot easier like to exercise out there when I wasn't doing any, or actually not this time I was actually still had my computer. So I can't use that as my excuse, but basically I was doing a lot of exercising, and by the way, I still am. I'm in shape. Like I'm actually real good. Like I think taking a break genuinely did help me for a little while. And I think it still will. I don't think it's gonna affect anything. I'm in a lot better of a mindset, I think, with doing everything blah blah blah. But I made this little pad. I put this little like barrel up so that like I could punch it, like work on like sparring stuff, because sometimes I feel like I'm a little threatened, but I like to consider myself an Omega. So not that Omega means anything like this, but the way I think of Omega is that I don't like violence, personally. I try to stay away from doing anything violent-wise, mainly because I'm more so scared of me and my own actions. That sounds cringy to say, but I wouldn't like to think of the repercussions of what would come afterward if I were like too strong or something like that, or like too powerful. I just don't trust myself in certain moments because I get like ahead of myself. Like I can't even explain things properly if you can't tell. So I don't trust myself to do something violent per se. Not that I think I do anything like bad, but like, I'd rather not find out, and I'd rather not test anything like that. So I use that as like a way to, channel it into somewhere, and also to, just in case, if I ever really needed to, then I could like control it and be able to like, to figure out like how much I should do, how well I can not be mad, and it was a good way to. I also have been doing like journaling recently because a lot of the thoughts I used to hold on like to my old life, like my past life with my family, I held on to for a really long time, and I think it really affected how I used to think. And I wrote it all down into books. And it was a good way for me to realize that it's in a safe place where no one will find it, because I hide the books no matter what, so that no one can know my opinion on my life and how I know it was. Because sometimes my parents will say that it was something that was necessary to happen, and I would like to say that some things I don't think were too necessary, but some things maybe so. I don't care too much on it. I don't dwell on it. It's not like like, oh my god, this happened to me. I'm so traumatized. Please help me. Like, cry for help. No. I vented to one of my friends. They understood really, like Callum, if you ever watch this, I cherish you. You are so helpful. You actually like sat through and listened. Some things you still kind of ignored that I was kind of curious to know thoughts and opinions on. Um, he gave me a bit more of a broader opening though to looking into things. Also, at me when you do the SS's of you want. Yeah, I will. Don't worry. I'll at you whenever I do it. I'll do the maybe I'll make like an accusations page. Or like you know what I mean, like roll, you know. I haven't done all this YouTube stuff in a while, man. Anyway, stuff happened, obviously. But I used to go outside, and the reason why I went out there exercising, because having cold air on you when you're, like, you know, doing workouts and your blood is, like, pumping through your body, it's making you hot, all that stuff. So it's better just, you know, have something to make you, you know, cold. And it would also help your muscles a lot more and just not sweating. I don't really like smelling bad. For a boy, it's kind of weird, but, you know, oh well. I don't like being like a normal boy. I'm a different boy. I'm a pretty princess. Yeah. So, now that I've done that, I'd also just like go out there because I liked going outside. And I do like going outside. It's just something that I like. I'm gonna pause for 1 second. Okay, I think it's fine. So, I also just liked being outside. It's also something I just like doing because I'm more active when I am. Just something I like doing. Outsideness. And I also found out that I am like really good at running, just speed wise. However, I think I ran too much like at the first days of my gym because my legs have just been hurting violently. Also, like a really weird thing is like something that just happened recently and still with like manic stuff, but I won't go into that because it makes me sound kind of crazy and like a lunatic. So, and we're trying to avoid that this stream because I don't want to sound too crazy. I was told I sounded crazy once. But my stepdad decided what would be really funny to do would be lying about what I was doing outside. So, only thing about that though is that when you're at the house, like where we live, you can't see anything that's behind that area. So, he made up a really absurd thing that just has nothing to do with anything I do normally and just was out of the blue for something from me. But I can't really prove that either. I sent my mom like a whole 3-minute video like debunking it too. Like I can send that video on my own Discord like to prove that point and show like timestamps of when it happened. And it also will tell you when my stepdad decided to lie about something, which was conveniently around the time that my stepdad made up this next, you know, headphone lie. So yeah. But he wanted to make up a lie that I went outside to go and vape. And just saying this, I don't really care about vaping much like a lot of kids do. Like recently I was put into like actual school because when I was in online school I actually missed doing a EOC test, like a state testing one. So I kind of got kicked out of the online school, and now I'm back in like high school. I'm actually in high school now, and I thought it'd be really good because now I'm like in classes and I'll have more like stories for YouTube. Not many because I didn't go to middle school or anything like that, so I won't have the funny like, oh my god, I'm growing up as like an adolescent. You know, like learning how my body is, so much cool stuff, horny story. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, all that cool stuff, all that jazz. Show me screen image. Oh, did I never change it? Oh my god, I'm stupid. That is my fault, gang. Why is it not? It's not showing it. Okay. That's my bad, gang. Anyways. Finding reasons to figure out how to explain stuff, guys. Hold on. Because I kind of forgot what I was on about. I was on a roll and you just confused me. Oh god, my brain. I found some iron while I was AFK, or not showing my screen. That, or I don't know. We would just have to look back and see what my hotbar looked like, but, and my inventory if you want to figure all that out. Where was I? Oh yeah, so my stepdad made up a lie that I, was vaping outside. Or like I go outside to just vape, like, oh my god, I'm gonna rip a cloud, dude. Because his excuse, word for word, and I can go back actually, let me go back and find the message from my mom, from what he said. And I'll know when I see it too, because like I said, I sent him a really long video. Where is it? I remember how I looked, man, come on. No. Say it ain't so. I don't think I have the photos. Maybe if I just scroll, I'll find it. Okay, so I got past the really long text that I sent. Video? Okay, no. Yeah, there's when I was petty and put something for my stepdad. Okay, so, also another thing that I did, I made this, like, stick hole thing. Is this the video? Here, let me see if I can. I know if I show the video. Thought about doing this. One pocket, two pocket, nothing in the shoes pockets. Put that back on real quick. So if you can hear that video, that's me explaining when I didn't have a vape on me, and just saying, again, I don't like vaping. Just like the thought of just smoking nicotine is weird. I don't care about nicotine too much. I've tried it, and I'll say this on stream. Yeah, I've tried nicotine. Boo-hoo. Sue me, government. But it just isn't something I care about. I don't know why. It's just not something I think I'd be addicted to. And honestly, I don't think, this might sound weird, and I don't know how to explain it, but I don't think I can be addicted to something, especially from something like nicotine or just vaping for some reason. It's just not something I'm accustomed to, apparently. It's weird. I don't know how to explain it, but anyways, let me find the text. Okay, so my mom sent me on Monday, December 9th. So this is at the beginning of the day. 1:40 p.m. Tap to get your TikTok coupon. And that's a TikTok coupon. I sent her this same day. I was being nice. And by the way, let me go a little bit further back before I also explain this. A lot of my more recent time of doing YouTube stuff, I was getting really good at doing it, and I was getting into a positive mindset. And when I went to visit my yellow fish one day, his name's Yellow, he died 2025, I don't know, he died at some point though. And it was really sad, but I visit his grave sometimes, and Cardinal died too, by the way. That was kind of sad too. I have his picture of stuff. Some dog like dug his grave out. But whenever I went there, one day I just decided I was gonna attempt to forgive my parents one last time. And this time, I decided to look past my stepdad, because I was also looking into like religions and thing and being like, okay, I'm gonna believe in something again. At least put my faith in something, because I was in a positive mindset. I was also more positive in myself and knowing that I would probably succeed in what I was doing, because I was going to. But I thought, why not try to forgive my parents for the things I've been holding against them for so long? Because that is a good thing to do. And also, My cat's at my door. But forgiving people in this religion is also a really big thing. Forgiveness and looking past your mortal stuff. Because you gotta be bigger than what is. I'm gonna let my cat in so it doesn't just bust my door in right quick. Because obviously I need to not be loud during my stream. Because they don't know I'm streaming yet, and I don't feel like making it aware until. Yep, hi Lily. I am locking my door, though, because I don't feel like having to explain to them how it looks. But I was basically looking into religions and stuff and trying to just be better me, and I was. And I thought, why not try to forgive them? And I've had this issue in my life multiple times where I've wanted to forgive my parents, but they don't ever know that I'm forgiving them. I don't really think that they need to be forgiven for anything, but they do. To me and my child self. A really long time ago, I also made a promise to myself that I would never let my parents change me. Something my mom also really installed into me my entire life is that I should not care about other people's opinions. I took that as well as my parents can't change me because, believe it or not, my parents don't really like a lot of how I was. They said I was a very disruptive and just I don't know. I don't know the exact words. They've called me a lot of things in my life that have just, I think, as a really young child, were just not good to hear. But I also just don't care they were names. Something when I was really young was I was told to stop being a bitch because I was an attention seeker. Because I was a really big crier. I was sensitive. I was a sensitive boy. My mom knew this. She acknowledged this. She has acknowledged this multiple times. But they did not care. They just probably don't care, and I need my cat to stop doing this. But besides that, just, yeah. And also, something that my mom brought up for some reason, more time recently when I was trying to, trust her more of a reason why I was also trying to be more, open to forgiving her, was that she said something about how she didn't think that emotional abuse was good, but something that they did a lot when I was younger was a lot of that. Not that I should really be explaining that either. They like to say that a lot of family issues should be in the family, which I think is kind of true, but at the same time I have my own opinions on that as well. It's a mixed thing, okay? A lot of my parents' morals were installed to me, but I still think that a lot of them were the wrong morals, or at least the wrong perspective of them. So I just don't find that the morals that they believe are too morally accepted. Just to me. Which is kind of an issue, with family, which is that they're your blood. You should be able to forgive them for anything. You should be able to accept them for anything. Blah, 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 blah. All that fun gay stuff. But I have an issue with that. Because a lot of things they did, I don't know how to think about it, because they make it seem like it was a normal thing to happen, or it was something that had to happen. So I just naturally see it as something that had to happen. Something that was meant to happen. Either way, let's skip a lot of that. I've had a really hard time forgiving them, because every single time I've ever even hinted at my own self for wanting to forgive them, or just whenever in general I would want to forgive them, they just didn't know about it, which is fair. I'm not going to tell my parents, hey, I'm trying to forgive you, when a lot of my whole life has been saying, we were meant to do this, it was kind of the only option. You were a bad child. We needed you to listen. Guys, I dropped my earbud, so now I can't actually hear my game audio, which isn't very good, and I also have a cat on me, making it way more difficult. Give me 1 minute for an intermission. Wait, let me fix this right quick. I need to cook my food. Okay, if I didn't have a cat on me. Okay, there it is. Okay, so obviously not telling my parents if I was forgiving them, because I think that they need to have forgiveness. But at the same time, you know, all that fun stuff, blah, 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 blah. It's all weird, all gay. Just hard to explain stuff. They've always never known. They unknowingly just throw it back in my face, because every single time, without fail, they have done something to just tick me off, or just to make me regret wanting to even think about the concept of forgiving them. This time I should have pushed through, though, because of my religion. I couldn't. This time truly sent me over the edge because of how I view it again, because I don't think it's really right how they view it as well, and I was really hurt from the situation. I haven't explained this to them because I don't think that they're the type to really understand either. They never really have been, so why would they be now? Especially when I was a child, because, you know, children apparently don't know what's best. But, yeah. Either way, when I said I was trying to lie about something that I didn't do, he said, let me go back to this text, actually. So, I was telling my mom about the coupon and everything, and let me see what time it was. Hold on, guys. 4:07 p.m. My mom texts me. Have you got a vape with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 E's? 4:21 p.m. I'm outside, by the way, and I have to like be in the back, so I don't actually see these messages most of the time. And I'm also listening to music a lot of the time because, like I said, I was exercising, and I like just looking at the view out there. I like being able to be in nature, something just about me. And I said, if you mean pin, because, okay, I smoke other things, guys, and that's all I'm gonna say on that. And I said, a actual vape is also, and I said, if you mean pin, no, I don't, because I don't have money to buy it, and at this time, I gave my mom my word that I wasn't going to touch her stuff, and, like, any of her type stuff, which, by the way, I'm gonna have to get rid of a lot of stuff that links to me and my family now, but I used to steal a lot of my mom's stuff that was like that. And bad ideas, I know, but I've always had the intention, by the way, that a lot of reason why I was also doing YouTube was so that I could repay what I have used entirely, like even from the start, just things that I wouldn't have apparently had to repay, but I just feel like I should repay, because I had issues with my own father with not repaying stuff, and it's a whole thing, but I just don't like the thought of not repaying. I want to, one day, just that right now I'm physically incapable of doing it, but I like to think that my word is my bond, because of a show that I used to watch, Vampire Diaries. I actually watch it now too. I watch it a lot while I've been grounded, but I like to give people my word on things because I like how it sounds to say I give you my word or something like that, and it's just something I hold dear to my heart. I'm weird, if you can't tell. Also, we're gonna make shears because I need shears. We're also gonna put a lot of these blocks. Actually, we're gonna keep diorite, use andesites. Keep that. Sorry, I need to organize my inventory. That should be good, I think. Anyway, forgiving parents. They always throw it back in my face, blah blah blah. Didn't have a good childhood, blah 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 blah. We don't like all that. We're more so talking about more recent events. My stepdad tried lying about something, and let's go back to the text actually. And then after the no, I said a actual vape is also a no. Let me guess. The husband isn't happy about me being outside. Because a lot of times me and my mom had talked about before, and I am willingly going to say this all in the open now, because if we're all going to be honest about stuff, we're going to be honest entirely, right? So I have to be true to my word and give out my entire opinion on this, which I am going to do, just also very vaguely, because my parents do watch this, and if I give too much of my opinion, they'll be like, that's bad, don't do that anymore, and then I'll like get, you know, in more trouble, and it's just a whole thing. Like, you can ask like Layla, who's also in the server, you can ask like, even, I need to wait for the sheep to eat, but you can ask like Layla a lot of times, and she has been in my life for half a decade, like she likes to say. 5 years she's been in my life. She would know more than anyone, anything. I was going to explain to her a lot about Aspen more recently, someone who I've met in high school. That exposes a lot of who I am, but she's really cool. I might go post and stream and delete that, but you can hear it from here right now, Pixel. You'll be the only person to ever hear it. I'm gonna just kill you because you're not eating the leaves. But yeah, she knows a lot about my life, and she knows that my parents don't really. Something my parents like to say is they don't really care about how we feel about things, apparently. So the way that they like to word it is, we don't care about how you feel about things. The rules are how they are, blah blah, which is a fair assessment. You know, parents make the rules. They do pay for everything you do. But something in our life is that we, do chores. And not that doing chores and everything like repays for having like to do. If we take it from their ways of looking at it, then if you pay for everything, right, and you pay for us to live, something. By the way, something a parent is supposed to do. You're supposed to pay for a child to live, to eat, to have a roof over their head. You didn't have to really buy me this computer. My mom just did it, and I wasn't even supposed to. It was never supposed to be done by my stepdad. No, my battery's low for my thing. No, no. Anyways, I'm sure I could play without audio for a little bit. I'll just turn on the subtitles. Or I could just like plug in that headphone and then we'll, other stuff. But either way, parents don't really care much about how we feel about certain opinions, but chores I feel like should be able to like to pay off for, doing things, or just like chores should be able to pay off for like, I guess taking care of us, even though that's something that if you have a child you're supposed to do. If you really wanted to, you could just give us up. If it was that big of a struggle for you to raise me as like a kid, then you truly could have just sent me to like foster care. I know that like people don't like to hear that stuff and they don't like to say it, but me personally, I don't know why, I just find that the situation there maybe could have been better. Then again, I was never in a foster home and I've never really heard too much on it. But I don't really think situations can be too bad, but I know that a lot of my life here, like I said, I am truly grateful for. But because again, the ways that my parents raised me were just to accept it. So whether or not I agree with a lot of things is just that's up for just discussion on how to feel about it. I just think the way that like my parents think, caring for how we feel and everything is just something they don't really like to do. My mom's a lot better about it now. Granted, I find out like a lot of issues were just she kind of didn't really and wasn't really involved with much, but she didn't really stand in the way of a lot of things either, which kind of still puts her in like the crosshair of, well, you didn't care. And something you like to mention a lot, we're family. Family's the most important thing. Well, you let your own blood have a lot of stuff happen to you, and you did a lot of stuff to your own blood. Letting it happen, like, yeah, you didn't do a lot of it, you just stood by and let it happen. A lot like that is just being in it, I guess. So I don't know. And also me as a child, just I couldn't really comprehend a lot of things. I still don't very well. A lot of things haven't changed from when I was younger. I think a lot of that is because I still did promise myself when I was younger that I wasn't going to let my parents change who I was. Bad idea, by the way, because oh my god, if I am not like the worst person ever. Like, jeez. Like, I despise my own self for how I am. But can't really change that now, can I? Here we are, back in present. Except I really don't think I'm as bad. I know that my battery's low. Stop reminding me. I don't have any other headphones I can use, Chromebook, and I might just have to end up like using Minecraft sounds from like anything else. Maybe I'll just like turn it up on my Chromebook and we'll just have to listen to it from there. That's not always like the worst idea. Here, let me just change the audio for my... Let me change it right quick. Alright, that should just be able to... Okay, well now it's gonna be on the speaker for my audio. Alright, well. Need this to go away. Okay, you might not be able to hear Minecraft sounds for a minute. Up, show screen image. I'm still here, by the way. Yeah, okay, I know. Or not to sound rude, but I can see the concurrent viewers. I'm just saying. I really don't want to sound rude, but it was just an observation. I swear, I promise. Don't be mad at me. Yeah. We love Minecraft music, by the way. It's gonna sound kind of buggy, by the way, because it's coming from my Chromebook, and Chromebooks are notorious for not being good at really anything. So, where were we? Let me recall right quick. I have to use like all of my brain power for this. I am still gonna look for stuff on Minecraft though. Just give me like a moment of silence. That really, if you recall what I was talking about, just type it in chat. That, or I'll go back on the subject of the text messages and just keep reading them out from what the very first lie was. The very first lie actually was about like my stepdad just lying about subtle things I was doing like on cameras and stuff. Like I think how I went outside, or like okay, so my stepdad is just like a smoker of cigarettes. Okay, that's not illegal, guys. You shouldn't be mad about that. Who really gives a fuck about cigarettes? But my stepdad decided to make up just some absurd lie once, and like I said a minute ago, I don't care about nicotine. It's just not something I'm addicted to, not something I ever will be addicted to. Not that I ever think addiction is something that I can do. I'm more of a person of just willpower. Like I can just think a lot, or like if I don't want to do something, if I just think enough about it, I don't have to, or just something like that. I don't have to be impulsive. A lot of the times I am, because my parents have also my parents' ways of like teaching and just how we should live contradict a lot of just how they are and just how life is in general here, at least, because like why is it explained so weirdly? So my parents will say like they don't care about our opinions or like what we think, they don't care about how we feel, but then my mom will come and have this secondary opinion and tell us, oh, don't care about what anyone else says, or don't be sensitive, don't let someone's opinion change how you act or like how you are. Like this is like the most recent stuff that she likes to say. Don't like listen, like don't, let someone be a dick to you, stuff like that, like, that type of stuff. Because, that is like truly good message. Like I support that. Like, yeah, don't let someone's opinion affect you. That's kind of why I don't let my ex's opinion affect me. He said I had a big forehead, and I know I have a big forehead. Like, guys, I'm so aware of this. I'm like mega mind, but like, broski, what is? By the way, my ex now, he shaved his eyebrows. Broski's forehead just fucking tripled in size just from doing that, and I don't know what he was gonna talk about for me if he's just gonna end up doing something like that. Kinda stupid, broski. Plus, you give me a lot of insults like names. Not that he's said anything about me recently, not that I should be even saying anything about him since he's been letting off about it, but he lied about a lot of stuff that happened in our relationship, and by the way, I have a ton of just timestamps of that and just screenshots. I've made sure to save them, because I knew that at some point, if I ever had to bring it up, then I could just make a whole video doing a rundown on how every single lie that he's ever made can be debunked so easily. Just so very easily. And I like holding that over my shoulder, because it gives me a lot to think about how it's really easy for someone to lie about you in the world, because my parents do it. Not my mom. My mom's a fucking saint. My mom does carry this thing around like she doesn't lie, but I've caught her lying about a good amount of things, but not that I really care about them. It's just if I wanted to, then I could be really petty. And by the way, I'm a really petty person, which is kind of why I'm doing this, but I get that a lot, I think, from my mother, because my mom is also a really petty person, and it would make sense that it runs down from the genes. But potato, potato. I don't have fucking things for that. Alright, wait. if, let me just look back at the chat. Can you make the volume a little louder or not? Do you mean like me talking? Please read chat. I am reading chat as we speak. Do you mean like, what do you mean, what do you want louder? Like my microphone, or do you want the, like, music volume? Why are you spamming louder? You know there's a delay. And I kind of have to do a delay. I can barely hear. Have you turned up your own phone? Because if I have mine turned up all the way and I can hear it. I'm not sure what the problem. More micro, yeah, okay. It's turned up all the way, but I can turn up the OBS audio, and then, does that sound better? Just let me know if that sounds better, and then I'll continue. You also do need to remember, like, I also have to be a lot more quiet now, because I'm trying to hold off from, like, confronting my parents on literally anything, just face on, because, like I said, a lot of repented stuff, and I think I'd blow a fuse, and also because I'm not good at explaining things, and I think that if I did it on a video more so, and just tried to talk out everything at once, then you can just piece it together at home if you truly wanted to. Like, if they truly care about how I feel, they can piece it together, right? They voiced that they don't care, obviously, and they don't have to. Like, they haven't listened to me as well. I don't have to care if you don't care. Like, I truly don't, but for me to get over it, it's gonna help me a lot more to just speak about it, I think. Especially on a platform where I'm way more comfortable than most things. Because also this has nothing to do with me other than my ex, who, like, plastered my face over the internet after I spent a really long time getting rid of my face. It's still on Instagram and everything, so if you truly wanted to, you can go and look at all that, you know, go to the Instagram. Don't actually do that, it's not very interesting. I just post, like, file stories when I watch Instagram reels. A lot better. Uh-oh. I almost just failed that jump horrendously. Anyways, I'm glad that it's better. Like, so much better. Uh-oh. I'm gonna leave the game right quick because I'm at 2 hearts, and normally it's never a good sign. Oh my god, I took damage still. Okay. Run as fast as you can. You can't catch me on the gingerbread man. I don't like that I'm almost close to death. Hold on, I'll keep on the subject in a minute, I promise, but I'm really shocked that I'm not almost dead. Look, I haven't played Minecraft in so long, so you're gonna have to forgive my badness, but, you know, life is life. I am still alive, and we will live happily. Alright. If you can hear me a lot better, I'm gonna turn down the music, because that means it would be a lot louder. So, where was I? Parents, issues, all that fun stuff, how I'm not happy, oh my god, you're being an attention whore, why are you like this, child? I don't know, why am I like this? Either way, what you've enlisted in me is really hard to keep into what I should believe and what I shouldn't believe, because why am I supposed to not care about what you think about me? Or am I only supposed to care about what you think because you're family? But then you didn't care what you were doing as family back then. That's something that I see as just hypocritical. But then again, I guess family can't be hypocritical, can they? But then again, you're also supposed to forgive family or something like that. I don't know. It's really weird to me. I need those crafting tables. Just the way they explain things is weird. It's just hard to understand. Either way, I'm gonna go back to the lying subject, with the text messages. So I sent a video about how they were all that stuff, and then I said a little news flash for him and you of my activities outside for the day. And then I sent a picture of like me holding a shovel in front of a log, because I dug a hole, like a really tiny circular hole, and then I stuck a log in it, and then I buried the log with the hole. I wanted it to be sticking up, and it did stick up for like 2 days. And then he said, here's what Mom said at 4:24 p.m. He said there was a big smoke cloud behind the camper. So I'm gonna like draw a reference image for the Discord, but you'll understand if you go and look. It's kind of like, okay, even if I did have a like vape cloud, even if I took a vape out there and went and then blew that shit out, if I did that, what the fuck? You probably wouldn't notice that from so far away. But either way, my stepdad does occasionally go out there and like smoke himself, like cigarette stuff. So nicotine, blah, 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 blah. Like I said, nicotine just isn't something I care about as well. I don't know why. It's just, I don't know. I don't care about it. Either way. So even if I did blow out a vape cloud, I don't think you would see that after a certain amount of time. But I don't really know how all that smoke stuff works, because again, I don't vape, so I don't really know how fast it would disappear or not. But yeah, but then again, I do a certain other type of smoking, and they might get that confused. I don't know, but my parents are really bad at being decisive on what they want to accuse me of. Anyways, so I said, I'm nowhere near the camper, but I'm glad he thinks that's where I am. And a vape cloud behind the camper. You really think a vape cloud is going to be able to be seen over the garage and camper? And then there's also the storage unit, and now there's actually a bunch of cars, but before then there wasn't anything. Then again, the camper is, if I was like going to do anything, I would have done it like behind this little opening for the camper, because the camper has this little opening door, and you could just go in there and smoke in there if you truly wanted to, and then just blow the smoke out of that little tiny cracker. It's just so much smarter stuff, and, you know, it'd be easier. And then really long text, by the way. And another conclusion to leave, I don't like actual vapes. Skull emoji. I told you I wouldn't smoke your pen, so unless you're going to let me, then I won't. You got my word on that, shrug emoji, so if we're done, I'm going to dig a hole in the woods at least once I'm off the food truck. And then I did send her a picture of me on the food truck, but it never actually sent, but I'll screenshot it so that it's there. And then she said, my mom's text right after that. By the way, Daniel, if you're watching, here's the two-sided replies that we get, because mom's probably on your side most of the time, like, oh my god, he's probably doing that, or oh my god, stop doing, or maybe she is actually defending me. But then again, she didn't defend me that day when I felt like I was pretty certain that I didn't actually unplug that camera, which is what this pain story is supposed to be about, but I'm not there yet. We're going way far back, and my mom said this at 4:29 p.m. He must be bored. So, just so we can acknowledge this right quick, my mom has acknowledged that you make up lies about what I do. But just something I want to throw out there, just to be petty. Y'all have the most trusting relationship in the world. Best husband wife ever. Oh my god, best material. Could never rate better. 10 out of 10. Almost like young Sheldon and that woman that he's with. Blah 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 blah. And also, my stepdad gave me this really weird promise when I was younger. It's something that a lot of liars, I think, do. I would never lie once to you, ever, never, ever, 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 ever. So why wouldn't you? What makes you so different? No clue, but I'm sure there's some reason. But he did say that to me, and I'm pretty sure he said that to like anyone ever, because, you know, he's a man of his word, which sometimes he can be, for sure. But then you have him lying about everything I do. And by the way, for what reason? I have no clue. Like, why would you? I am a child. These are really petty squabbles that you're having for no reason, I'm pretty sure. But then you like to say that you're the bigger man and that you're a big man and that you would never, ever, ever be childish like that. Which you really shouldn't be, because like I just insisted, you are a big man wanting to fight with a 16-year-old, almost 17. Which, by the way, yeah, YouTube, I'm 16, 17, and by the way, that means I can make money still. Please, please. I can't do this, guys. I can't. Anyways, not saying that he just wants to like pick a fight with me, like fist hand-to-hand combat. He does say that type of stuff a lot, but we're gonna ignore that stuff because that's a lot of other stuff to comprehend. Either way, and then I sent this really long video.
Thought about doing this. One bucket, two.
I'll think about sending that video on my Discord because then it has my face on it. And then another text that this is when I replied to the he must be bored, or maybe, just maybe, he still wants to try and accuse me of stuff when I don't have anything to even take that I care about. But hey, maybe I'm just skeptical. So at this time, I used to go outside to go and write in my book. And when I was writing in my book, I think at the time I was writing about how Logan kind of betrayed me, because my brother did a really thoughtful thing when I was really young, and I've always held him in my good graces for that. But I've never also known him. Like, he's my brother, yeah, but I don't really know him at all. Same with my other brothers, same with my family. I don't really know them. But also, I haven't really cared to remember much, because whenever I do remember things, it doesn't go well for me. But either way, that really long text was because my brother lied about me, and I got my computer taken for like 2-3 weeks. Pretty long time for something that theoretically couldn't have even happened because I was asleep that night. He said that I was awake keeping him up, and that apparently set my stepdad off because apparently I was keeping someone awake when they should be sleeping. My brother takes sleeping pills to go to sleep. This is something I haven't ever explained to anyone. So if he takes sleeping pills to sleep, you think that he would have been knocked out. And he's knocked out any night whenever he goes to sleep. He is asleep. He does not wake up. He does not like to wake up. He is a heavy sleeper for sure. And everyone knows that. But when it comes down to me and him saying that he could not sleep or something like that, God forbid that they ever take any type of rationality. But either way, to that text of me saying that I was skeptical, my mom said, I'm aware. So my mom likes to be aware that you are a liar, but she doesn't also care at the same time because, you know, God forbid there be any type of caring for your own blood, I guess. Either way, are we, question mark? Because for the amount of times I feel this is happening, and yet he continues to do so, and yet I still get sussed out. Like, he didn't take the first opportunity to take the thing I care about the moment I got it back. By the way, I was blowing up now because I had been getting my stuff taken a lot, or like he had just been trying so much to take it. And maybe I'm just, like I said, I'm a really paranoid person, and maybe I'm just really paranoid and I just think that there's some secret meaning behind everything. But he really does try and suss out a lot of things. And maybe he doesn't do it intentionally. Maybe it's all just a worked up theory that I have, but you know. And then she said, but hey, skepticism, right? I just thought of something. Okay, wait, we're gonna ignore this stuff because this is talking about his own son. Now, it was just a wrong thought that I had because. Okay, so here's my mom saying something. Yeah, okay, so here's my mom saying something that she agreed with, apparently. And so this is from me constantly going outside. So like I said, I used to go outside. Like, the reason why I was going outside a lot was because I knew it was making my stepdad ticked off that I was going outside and experiencing the real world. Because apparently they can't handle, I guess, a child having fun. Kind of why they took my computer, and kind of why I'm not on it now, and why I'm forced to use a laptop that runs ever so slowly without Linux. And guys, I had to do so much fucking coding just to be able to do streaming stuff again. Oh my god. Anyways, this is what she said. I'm gonna have to blur out names, but my stepdad just said, just can't stand when you walk outside, and he's stressing me out. So something I want to put some underlining meaning for, if y'all do decide to watch this stream, Daniel, you actively stress out my mom from all these lies. And for a man who wants the best for her, you should be able to want to resolve some sort of peace or have some sort of not caring anymore. You're running a feud that's been going for 6-ish years. And for what? No fucking clue. Because, God forbid there ever be any type of reason or rationality in this family. I also just genuinely don't care anymore. I'm genuinely at my wit's end for just caring about what y'all care about. Or majority of really anything anymore. Because I'm looking to better myself at this point. Because the more I do this endless squabble with y'all, the more it just gets repeated over and over again. And there's no point for it to just keep repeating if it's never going to end. I find it pointless. Maybe you don't, but I do. I do. I'm like Donald Trump. Anyways. So here's me blowing off. Blowing a fuse after all of this. Because, him stressing out my mom did kind of piss me off. Because at this point in time, actually, no, I think this was the very first time. Because I was really pissed. Because I remember, I'm going to send this picture in Discord too of my eyes. But I went outside after I found out my brother lied or made up some sort of fake hoax to, I guess, lie about me. Or maybe my stepdad made it up in general. But either way, they said something or that got my computer taken. And I genuinely just, lost it. I was genuinely doing good at YouTube, and it was forced to make me take a break after I've been working so hard. Which, by the way, I don't know if a lot of people know what it feels like to work so hard and be so happy about something that I've desired doing YouTube my entire life. Ever since I first heard about YouTube, I've always wanted to do it. And then I got this great computer that's just wonderful at doing it. And my parents know that I've wanted to do it almost my, entire lifetime. And they actively did encourage that I should do it because of a lot of the money. Because, I do want money. That would be a big part of it. But they don't want me to make money as well, I suppose, because they also actively stand in the way of it, which I give punishments and all that, and there needs to be something, but I'm also almost 18, and I do have a good grip of understanding life. I have good morals, and a lot of time for what my parents want to say. I'm not a bad kid. I just have to live a life where I can't pay for things. So I'm kind of forced just to take. And believe me when I say I am going to pay back anything I have ever taken. But I can't at this time. I mean, at this point, I could just, not ask for literally anything from y'all. And just finally not care. Because I truly don't care anymore. And y'all buying stuff for me has never worked with wanting, to buy love. Because something that you said about my own dad is that you should not let him buy your love. This was when he bought me a little art set, and I was really into art, and I still am, by the way. I love drawing. I used to love drawing my own thumbnails, but people didn't really like that, and people don't click on this type of videos. Well, we look forward to not letting people buy your love. And I don't know if it's just something that my mom does intentionally, but she does buy stuff a lot whenever the moments get tense. Maybe it's not intentional, but it's just something that I realize kind of is hypocritical, because she didn't want my dad to buy our love or to buy us stuff, or if he was buying us stuff, then it was seen as trying to buy our love. But when he did buy us stuff, it was for a event to pay for your children's to get them gifts. I know it was something like that. I think, I'm not sure. That or it was around that time and they were just not sending it on time. Maybe they were just buying my love. I don't know. I don't care. I truly just wanted free things as a child. We didn't have much. We grew up not impoverished. Okay, we were more so we have money now. My parents do good, okay jobs. But when I was younger, we were kids. paying for kids is a lot more expensive. A lot of the house payment stuff are just getting a lot higher. Not gonna have a lot of money. And I'm okay with that. Like I said, I'm grateful for the life that I had. I'm not ungrateful, and me taking stuff doesn't make me ungrateful. But the things that I did take were just things that were helping me do other stuff, like forgiving you. It put me in a better mindset, and it made it a lot easier to forgive. Something that I wrote down in my book a lot is that taking it was something that also just pushed me to be better. So it had a good outcome, and my mom made up claims that she didn't even use it a lot. But like I said, I still had thoughts to repay it, and they're just thoughts until I can actually do it. But that's why I was doing YouTube as well, something that was also helping with that stuff, because it was good. It was just helpful for me. Good stuff, good times, all that jazz. Anyways, we're gonna go back to the messages, because I've been on this subject for a really long while. And then she said, my mom said after, or actually, I think, alright, let me read the really long text. Alright, and yet he's the one who would, yeah, so something my stepdad advises to do a lot is going outside and, like, living life, but then if we go outside, he'll lie about things that I do, or attempt to lie about things. But like I said, I sent a 5-minute video to my mom, literally proving that I didn't have a vape. Like, I looked anywhere that you really should look for a vape. If you were, I don't know where you put a vape if you were to take one. Okay, I'm not, like I said, I'm a retardar, so I'm stupid. Okay, let's just stick with that. Anyways, so let's go with what I just said. And yet he's the one who advises we go outside, and you can't realize that or point out to him that he's clearly trying to find a freaking ruse. I say freaking, yes, I'm so epic, guys. Not to put more stress on you, but if I don't just point out the obvious, at some point I'm gonna blow another casket. Because I already had, because of my brother lying about something. It just ticked me off. But like I said, my mom and them can't care about how we really feel. I think it puts a lot of stress on them to care about how we feel. So we kind of just bottle stuff up, I guess. But then my mom also said that bottling stuff up was bad, but whenever we do come to them with problems, they kind of push them a bit away a little bit. But, you know, all that fun stuff, all that jazz. But if he doesn't have one... Alright, wait. But if he doesn't have one, my thought isn't squat. I just thought a while ago it was accepted of it to be fine with him, but that's my mistake. Oh yeah, so that was of something else. And then my mom just said, I am aware. In all caps. So she didn't really do anything. I also asked my mom about, like, drinking grape juice. They got grape juice with, like, this fiber in it, and I just drink all of it. It was good for blah, blah, blah. Alright, and then I said, I'm built different better. And then, okay, so here's something my mom sent me. Better get on those chores. Daniel's bitching. I can hear. I already took out the trash I didn't do. The living room, too, apparently. He'd hate for Jacob to do anything. My stepbrother, by the way. I'll cut it out post-editing. I guess he wants you doing everyone's chores. I think this is when I lost my computer, because... Yeah, so over one night, that was a lie in the first place, or what I believe was a lie. Over one night resulted in my stepdad taking my computer and then making me clean everything. Every last chore, apparently. Why? No fucking sense of why. Because of my brother, who wasn't even here anymore at the time. So why was the punishment still up? No clue. But also, my parents have this weird rule that the more that you get punished, the more, or how much longer you will be punished. Here's the thing, though. I'd gone like 1 to 2 years basically not being punished, because I just started... I have my own room to myself. Kind of why I do YouTube and everything, but... I have my room to myself now, and it really helps with, you know, not visiting them, because I think if I interact with them, it doesn't really ever end well, and I find it pointless to interact with them anymore, because the more I do, the more I realize they aren't gonna change. They haven't changed a lot, and I don't really think that they'll ever understand me. But anyway, all that jazz. One night of something that wasn't even really true. Blah blah blah. Well, that and the wine consumption. Yeah. Also, one thing is that one night I decided I wanted to, like, drink, because, well, I'm a teenager, I guess. I don't fucking know. But I don't think this situation sounds really bad, but I drink because I wanted to have a fun time. So think of it like this, because this is how I see it. I drink because a lot of things that people do is drinking whenever they're like having like a fun time or like want to have more fun, I guess. And it wasn't like I don't have fun in general. Like, I was hanging out with my friends and everything. We're having a good time playing Roblox and everything. I just decided, why not drink to make the night more hazy, make it more fun, because that's what I've heard. And I did that. And I did. I had a great time. Me and my friends hung out. They wanted me to go to sleep. I think I was being really rude. But I'm also just a really rude person. So, yeah, all fun times, I like to think. But my parents spun it as apparently that's a bad thing to want to drink to have a fun time. But you drink when you have parties, you drink when there are family events, you do other stuff like that for fun. Like, you guys are having fun. So how's it a problem when I do it with my friends? Which I understand. I'm a minor, I shouldn't be drinking, I'm under 21, should not be doing that stuff. And I accept that. And by the way, this was months ago, so your restrictions of the law don't apply to me anymore, government. You can't sue me. That's right, walk away. Anyway, stuff like that. And my stepdad has held this wine thing over my head for so long. And I think it's because it's the only bad thing I've done for so long that you can't really hold much else against me otherwise. So he just held that against me for as long as I think he physically can, just because he can. But yeah, that's something that I've also said that I would pay back for. But anyways, we're gonna do you, boo. Yeah, at some point I also started digging a hole, and my stepdad, I just want to acknowledge this. So I started digging a hole in the back of behind the thing area. I'm gonna send pictures of this and I would show them on stream, but I can't. Either way, I decided I wanted to dig a hole just because like I said, I was exercising and I thought, well, if I dug a hole it would work a couple of my muscles, and I just wanted to dig a hole. And I really wanted to make this hole deep enough so that I could stand in it and I put a pole in between the dirt and the like hole, and then I'd be able to do pull-ups a lot easier because then I have an actual space instead of having to make one. We now have this little outside kitchen that has this little like wood beam, and I just do pull-ups there. But either way, I wanted a way to just do more exercises, so I was digging a hole. But my parents tried to spin that apparently as, you're digging a hole so that you can murk your stepdad. Which, by the way, when I was younger, I actually used to listen to this Eminem song that was about, murking your stepdad. I hope you know what the song is. I can't say it on stream because copyright reasons. I have been copyrighted before. I can prove it by going on my most recent July stream. I literally got copyrighted there. Either way, I used to listen to that song on my headphones at full volume, and my parents once looked at my laptop when and they got so mad because I was listening to it around my stepdad. Now, like I said, I'm a really petty person. And me as a child, I was petty because my parents did a lot of stuff. I've held resentment for it. Potato, potato, Bob's your uncle. Stuff happens. You're just gonna have to cope with the family. That's how life works. And like you like to say, you forgive family, right? No, as long as it's not me. I'm the issue. My bad, guys. Whoops. Guys, should I go on the committing spiral stream area? Just tell you about, them saying that I would... Okay, let's not go there, because that's other stuff. Either way, my stepdad sent his child to come out here to see what I was doing, because I was just sitting out there digging a hole. And I noticed him way before he even got close to me. I like to realize this. And I even took a picture of him walking back into the house just because I wanted to prove to my mom, I saw this, and then I said, I just thought you'd want to see the little goofiness. If you want to tell him so he doesn't have to send his precious child to come and look, I'm digging a hole and exercising. That was me expressing my point that, I don't really give a shit that you know what I'm doing. Screw your cameras. I could give a fuck. I wouldn't unplug them. I can easily just tell you what I'm doing. You could ask. I don't have a phone number because God forbid y'all ever pay for me to have data. I don't know why it's such an issue for me to ever have data. It's always been an issue because I'm the only one in the family who actually ever had friends and would talk to people outside of everything. But God forbid I ever be able to talk to them outside of the real world or be able to have them if I ever went to like the store or something. I think it was because I would have like too much freedom, and then I'd go outside and I'd like call them, hang out, and that's just too much fun, guys. Anyways, and then my mom said, "Do you, boo?" Because happy, and I said, "Oh, I am." It's a sick hole too, as big as my foot, and just so we all know, it is grave shaped. So my parents thinking that I was digging a hole to murder someone, honestly, really fair judgment. But that wasn't why. I just wanted a grave. I mean, how else are you supposed to dig holes? Unironically, was I supposed to just dig a circular hole? That was kind of boring. I dug a fucking grave-sized hole, and also because if I was gonna do pull-ups, I need to be able to stick a bar in there. So it's just all stuff that was. And also, I debated on doing a triangle. I really wish I did, because then they wouldn't have like actually fucking made me. They made me fill it in because of quote-unquote wires, but what they want to claim was a wire was a stick that was poking out of the dirt. I have pictures to prove it, because I made sure to take pictures. I also carved wires onto this like wagon thing that's back there because I thought it was funny. Anyways, send pictures of this stuff, and also this actually has a picture of my little workout thing, so I'm actually going to show that in Discord too. And is it for a dead body? When I showed her all that stuff, and then all this other stuff. Close out the dryer. Me telling my mom about how I was doing schoolwork, and never mind someone who came to get Jacob. Ice cream, able to approve this. Macaroni, thank you, love you, good night, blah blah blah. His mom telling me about school stuff. Yeah, my parents also have this weird rule about we're going to the hotel now. Yeah, by the way, let's go ahead and talk about this one right quick. December 26th. Let's talk about, it was either a couple days before December 25th, apparently, at 7, 8, and 9 p.m. Please don't be loud in there, and make sure to go to sleep at night, so my parents can hear it through my walls and everything, so you guys gotta keep that aware. And something my mom said, okay, well, he doesn't know you have the computer, so clean before 10:30 and sleep. By the way, December 28th, here's my parents changing the rules multiple times to, I guess, confuse us, because nothing can stay the same. Daniel changed the rule again. No computer after 10:30. Clean the kitchen by 10:30. So, your rule doesn't make sense, by the way, because you want me to clean the kitchen by 10:30, but then be off it by 10:30. So, why not just make the rule be off by 9, and then I have like an hour and 30 minutes to clean? Because honestly, you are a messy cooker. It's sad because you also like to run yourself up on the ceiling and say, oh my god, I am the cleanest person alive. I am like OCD man, ADHD as fuck. I have ADHD, buddy. I know what it's like. Trust. Diagnosed as hell. Maybe you were too. I don't know you. I don't really care. Either way, I know the difference between OCD and being a messy person, because I have cleaned your room. I have seen the amount of bottles you just leave laying next to your bed. You do not have OCD. And if your OCD is just living next to trash, I feel sorry for you. You are also a man, so I believe this to be that you are just a true-blooded man. I am a clean boy. My mom raised me to actually clean stuff. And all of my childhood, y'all forced me to clean. So it's only really fair that I notice cleaning it to be easy and all that. Not that I think it's easy or anything. I need to not say that. Here's my mom acknowledging my lives. Yeah. Here's my parents sending me all that stuff. Me leaving home. Baby mouse. Okay, so we've talked about everything. We're kind of up to date about everything, and I just need to go back for messages. That's kind of why I was just sitting still for a little while. And plus we don't really have audio anyways, and I don't really want us to miss out on anything. I think there were diamonds nearby. We're gonna play a little bit of Minecraft because we've done literally nothing in that sense yet. Or at least for like a good little bit. And guys, we need to have some sort of a stream. So, yeah, since we've been up here for a little while, like talking about the past stuff, let's go and get more to the present on why I stopped streaming in the first place. We're gonna go back to present stuff. I said I'm lying about how I was smoking, all that stuff, but anyways, so we're gonna go to the issue matter, because I've talked a lot on every subject, and look, we need to make multiple grounding streams anyway, so I'm sure I can go on to many other subjects that I haven't before, but this stream is just to advise the actual situation in the room, which is how I promised I was going to stream as much as I could and then just randomly cut it off one day. It wasn't my fault, it genuinely wasn't my fault. I truly thought that I was going to be fine because my parents were finally going to be chill and not lie about stuff when I was finally happy, but it didn't turn out that way. Not one bit. So my stepdad ended up lying about how I unplugged this camera in our kitchen, and to be fair, for a while, like I said, I was unplugging cameras just to be petty, like about, hey, fuck you, I don't feel like being watched. And like I said, I was also being really paranoid at the time for reasons I'm not gonna go over on live because it makes me sound insane. Maybe one day when I don't live with my parents and then, like, you know, I don't have to be acknowledged by it. But until then, you know, we're just gonna play ball and try not to die, because there are mobs everywhere. I'm trying to save myself. Okay. I'd like to heal. I like to heal. I like to heal. I like to heal. I like to heal. Okay. Just so we can heal for a minute. So, my stepdad lied about how I unplugged this camera. And, like I said, I got headphones to distract me from all these issues I was having with being watched and how I wasn't okay with just being watched while I clean, because my parents had I have an issue with being watched while I clean because of other stuff. My parents didn't always being watched. Like, everything I did was just ridiculed and just not okay to them. I don't know how to explain it other than sounding really sad, so I don't like explaining it. Either way. But the thing about this time of my stepdad lying, the video that he had to say that I unplugged the camera really did look like I unplugged it. I'll give him props. Yeah, that video looked like it. Your best excuse, and you took that opportunity first chance you got, because the second you got home after your trip, you immediately rushed to the gun of trying to say that I unplugged that camera. And it looked like I did, but I know I didn't, and I didn't even know it came out, because like I said, I was listening to music. I'm not gonna focus on every single fucking detail around me either, because, you know, I'm listening to music. I just wanted to listen to my music, man. I like music. Like, I really do just like music, guys. Like, I don't know. It's just something that soothes my urges. Like, more so recently, I listen with one earbud most of the time so that I can hear things around me, but also be in my music world. Epic. But, yeah. The video looked like I unplugged it, and my stepdad used that as his opportunity to say, yep, you unplugged the camera. Fuck you. And so this time, though, the other times I had gotten grounded before, like when I drank that, like, you know, wine stuff, and then I got my computer back from that stuff, but I started tried holding that over my head for as long as possible, I guess, because, you know, God forbid I'd keep the computer ever and do stream stuff. That was also, I think, another time that I took a really long hiatus for some reason, but I did end up getting a bag from the obvious stream things. There are like no diamonds down here, guys, and this is feeling like a big waste of time. We realize our mistakes lay into situations. Oh, yeah, I can make another portal. Sweet. And then I can just go to the nether and get diamonds. That sounds like a fun way to do things. But yeah, my stepdad had this video, looked really convincing, giving him props for it because there's literally nothing else I can do other than just sigh about it for the rest of my life because I am a savage. I know I've said the same thing a good amount of times now, but I'm going to cover this up. I don't have any, like, torches. I'm just gonna drop those. I'm not ever gonna eat them. I could make a mob spawner now. That would be, like, really good and kind of entertaining. We'll make a mob spawner in, like, a couple minutes. That, or I'll like start mining it out. I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to try and like even out this area because I don't want to be seen by anything. I just want to be safe, guys. You gotta understand, in a hardcore world that you're streaming, if I die, it's all over. So I think it's obvious to think that I want to keep my area pretty secure. Is that gonna keep everything out? I think so. Was that diamonds I saw in the ceiling? Nah, I don't think so. I could go and get that iron that's on the ceiling though. That would be a good investment. We do not have any more stuff though. Okay. We're gonna get that iron. Oh, fuck me. Really tragic to die of something right now after all of this venting that I've done in this world. Okay. Torches, literally anywhere I can put them would be great, but I apparently have nowhere I can place torches. So I'm gonna keep my shield up while I talk about this. So when my stepdad did this video, or when they did the wine stuff, they let me keep my phone, but for a week I had absolutely no access to like literally anything. So I wasn't allowed to like talk to like anyone. I wasn't allowed to do anything. Which life just goes that way. You just gotta roll with the punches, I suppose. So I did. I did absolutely nothing for a good amount of a while. And yeah, life is life. You live and you learn. Well, my parents ended up giving back my phone, like fucking surprisingly. I'm actually shocked that they ended up being like up with their own stuff, but you know. People sometimes change. Kind of why I really thought that my mom would end up, you know, somewhat supporting how I am. Or at least somewhat of how it really was. But she never did. She ended up just... After this time, I kind of blew a fuse and I texted my mom really rude things. Some things I kind of believed because, you know, like I said in the moment, I was truly hurt because my mom had just said something to me that really connected me with her, which that, you know, not that, you know, we aren't, like, it would be bad if you were being emotionally abused, and that's bad. And because my stepdad kept on like bringing up my dad, and I have bad issues with him because my dad just isn't the type of guy you want to know. And another issue I just have with my dad is that I wanted my dad to be my dad, because, you know, who doesn't want their dad to be their dad? No one can say no one. So, yeah. I just wish that my dad was a better person, and that he would have been, you know, the dad that he wasn't. Sadly, that's not the way the cookie crumbled. I'm here, the way I am, and it's probably a little bit because of that, but we're gonna act like it's not because of that. We're a completely normal breed. Let's see. So, yeah, they would let me keep all my, sometimes let me keep a little bit of my stuff. I don't know. I had an Xbox and I was watching like Netflix shows and everything. I was gonna watch a ton of new shows and everything, so I'd have more to talk about and then rate stuff on my YouTube channel, but I didn't do that either. Yeah. Either way, once my mom did all that and just betrayed me once again after telling me a lot of stuff and actually staying on my side, giving me to actually trust her for once, she went and stabbed me behind the back. And that hurt a lot more than a lot of things do. Obviously. Well, that kind of turned out bad because me being attached to things is never really good because I end up blowing up most of the time and then saying a lot of things that I don't mean but then also kind of do. Really depends on the situation mostly, but this time I was truly mad. So I went all out and said a lot of things that I kind of meant and kind of didn't meant. And yeah. It didn't really result well. My mom got mad and then like a lot of my like computer stuff did break, which is kind of the reason why I'm not using it. I did set it up for a little bit, so whenever my parents do come in here, it is set up, but it's not plugged in and it's also powered off, like that little switch always off, so you can't really sue me and you can't really say I've been using it because then I'd have to like turn all that switch stuff on, uncover it with a blanket. And I mainly just wanted to keep the glass from being seen because I didn't want anyone like to know what's actually there, but I can't keep the cords covered because it's just a bad idea to do all of that. And yeah. Anyways, let's get on track. Said that a lot about the video. My mom broke a lot of the stuff with my computer. Like, a lot of the wires and just cords and everything are a little bent. My mouse is forever fucked because if it's plugged in, sometimes it'll just, like, you plug it in all the way and then it'll just, like, mess up for some reason, like, just not want to work. No idea why. Just chooses not to, and it's probably because my mom took the entire computer and just started, like, yanking it. And you can actually tell from my microphone now is that the arm mic is just tilted. I love having this stuff connected to my Chromebook because, like, you're about to, like, know why. Because this is what we've been trying to get to the entire stream, and then once I mention it, I'm going to end my stream probably here. We're actually going to go ahead and go up to the surface. But, either way, my, yeah. Mom kind of broke a lot of the computer, which I was kind of worried if my computer would even work again. And they gave it to me as a quote-unquote gift, so it's supposed to be mine. And if I actually did this in a lawyer standpoint, then I can really go off on this subject. But I'm not going to do that because I'm not that petty. I might do it another stream, though. Truly depends on how my parents react to this. So, parents, recommend you. Also, I do have plans with my computer, which is that the person who I mentioned a lot earlier, who I said I was going to cut out, I know I mentioned a lot of people that I said I was going to cut out, but you're just going to have to trust me on this. I'm going to, I haven't talked to her about it, I have to, but I'm going to see if she's going to let me bring my computer to her house and then she can keep it in her room. I'm going to, like, convince it as, you know, if we're together, then, you know, I can trust you. I'm going to keep my computer at my house or at your house and you can use it whenever you want, log into your accounts, stuff like that. And then whenever I come over, I'll use this sometimes, and sometimes we'll hang out, stuff like that, you know. And I thought it'd be a really cool situation. I don't think she'll oblige much against it, because she also plays video games, and she can play her games, play my games too, because it'll be logged into my account. Family sharing, guys, it's gonna be amazing. This person just makes me so happy. Like, we're gonna get into that too, but probably in a later video, because that'll be when I rant about this person when I ask them if it's okay if I do it on a public platform. Anyways, let's continue talking about this situation. I thought that my mom broke my computer, and it was something that I've been anxious about for a while. I did check it. It's not too bad. It maybe runs slow. I only run a couple things that I really liked, and I kind of just got off because, like I said, I'm kind of bored by the whole playing games thing. I kind of got bored by it, but not entirely too. Like, I'm playing Minecraft right now, and I'm also doing the YouTube stuff because I also got put into high school recently, and they keep on mentioning stuff about how we should, you know, strive to do the like, don't sit on your skills, use them, and like be the best that you can be. the only thing about that is that I have people saying that, and that I have potential, I have greatness. But my greatest potential and greatness, and the only things that really seem to work out really well for me, is doing YouTube stuff. And that's sad to admit, but it's really true. And I can't do that stuff without my computer. At least I can't do it very well. I mean, I'm doing it right now with a chromebook. So, I'm going to explain all that in a little bit though, but basically I had been really ticked off that my parents, the people who are supposed to support me and like unconditionally and stuff, should be able to look past a lot of it, but they don't. They actively look against it, it seems, and it just pushed me a lot to the edge. So like today I decided, or technically yesterday, but 4:21 p.m. I decided to take my computer back. Not to keep it, not to play on it, just to have it. Just because I don't trust my own parents to make sure it stays safe. And like I said, I plan to move out, or not move out, but I plan to move it out, and then I can go and use it without having to use their bills. And then Aspen can use it, and then their parents pay for it on their dime for their daughter. And I thought that'd be a really good situation for me, for everyone around me. And then whenever I leave, by the way, I found out something recently, is that I'm just truly not happy being in this household. Just being here, like even being in my own room, I don't like it. I'm a lot happier out of house, which is why I think high school has been really good for me as well. I don't like gravel, guys. I've had issues with it, but yeah. And also being with this one particular person has really opened my eyes to how much happier I can be, and it makes me sad because their family is so amazing too. She has issues with her family. I'm not going to talk about all that because that's not for me to talk about. That's for if she ever wanted to, but like she doesn't do public platform stuff either, so you know, it's not like she's gonna just show up one day and be like, yo guys, let's talk about all this fun stuff in my family. I'm only doing it because, you know, I'm tired of sitting on it myself, and I want to finally feel some sort of relief. And I also want to be able to make money again, so kind of why I'm doing it on my Chromebook, and then I can actually pay for it to be in my house, and me and the person don't work out. Because I am kind of scared to let them have my computer, because I don't really trust if they end up just leaving me and stealing it, you know, stuff like that. Relationship stuff is kind of hard, but we're also not dating at the moment, and we aren't, I don't know if we're going to. She said that we would, and I really hope we do, but, you know, at the same time, you know, I also have other issues with other people at the moment, and I need to resolve them, I think, before doing anything, which is probably going to be enough time to resolve them and then end up being with her, because that person I don't think is going to be very happy with the way I'm going to explain things, because that's for another stream. But look, guys, back on track. So when this stuff happened, my parents lying, they were going to take everything. So they took my phones and everything. I wasn't going to have literally anyone or anything. I was going to lose my snap streaks. Like, I had like 100 like days like worth of like snap streaks, and I was just going to lose it all just because of my stepdad lying about something. Well, that ticked me off, and I blew a fuse, blew a casting, whatever you want to call it. I had it. And it sent me into a spiral, obviously. Like, my desk got like really dirty and all that, like just from all of this. Like, having nothing on my desk like made me like end up using it a lot more. Like, just made me use it a lot more, and it was a lot better. Kind of, not really, but you know, that's life. Yeah, so they were gonna take everything, and I wasn't gonna be able to talk to my friends and everything like that, which is a big issue with me. And this is at like the very beginning when it all happened. So January 1st, we're back on January 1st time. All this other stuff was back in like, you know, before the 2024 or before 2025. Anyway, yeah. I have explained a lot. But when they did all this, my parents ended up saying something to me, because I went on a really big rant to my mom about how I felt. Bad idea. Had to remember, my parents don't give a fuck about how we feel. But it's attacking me. I will not die to a baby zombie. Please die. Like, I have hit you like 8 times and you have just refused. Like, for a baby zombie, that is unreal. Anyway, yeah, so a lot of stuff happened, and then I told my parents about how, like, I felt about a lot of stuff, and obviously they did not care, because, you know, their house, their rules, we're gonna treat you how we want, because we pay for you to live and everything like that, which you're supposed to do as a family anyway, or as a parent. I don't understand the logic, but then you want, like, to care for you. Look, I really don't understand it. It's really confusing to me however they word it, or how it's supposed to be understood, because I don't even agree with it, but it's something that I also understand, kind of, because I've had to live around it. Oh my god. I need my dog to not attack these guys. I need to feed my dog because he's like actively dying. I'm gonna try and get around this tree so I can. Yeah, you got him. Okay, cool. So now that we got all that stuff figured out, okay. A lot of hurtful stuff was said. But something my parents decided to say, if you don't care, or if you don't like the way that the rules are going to be, like, this is after they took my computer and stuff, and, like, my phone and everything, like, basically cutting me off from the only people I know and the only people who I can trust with how I feel, which, by the way, I don't even really view it that way anymore. It's kind of hard to trust anyone, because I don't think anyone will truly ever be able to handle or understand how I am, which is completely fine. I'm okay with that, honestly. I just took a lot of coping, and I think not being on electronic stuff was a lot more helpful than it should be. But now I'm back with my Chromebook. I'm going to emphasize this a lot. I'm on a Chromebook. OBS as fuck. Actually, I'll probably end up downloading like a different software to record with, so it might end up looking a little bit different, maybe even better. I don't know. I'm going to try and explode my graphic card and everything, like connect it to like the actual computer, see if I can like make it just run stuff better. See what I can do with the Chromebook, and then I'll just keep my Chromebook here and it'll just be a super laptop. We'll see what I can figure out, okay? But for now, we won't really be able to do much. But we're gonna get back on track a little bit. A lot of hurtful things, but one thing that they decided to say is if you don't like the rules and how things are, then there are 3 doors and you can pick which one you want to leave out of. I'm paraphrasing a little bit because it's my stream and I'm allowed to do what I want. You can't judge me, and my parents will probably be like, that's not what we said. Exactly. You're lying to the world. Why are you doing this? Stop. Delete these videos. Which all of my passwords are different. You guys aren't. Like, my parents made up this little rule, apparently, where they get to know every single password. Sorry, but you're not getting my YouTube password, and that's finalized by me because I've worked hard to have this channel, and I've worked hard to gain my numbers, and I'm gonna work hard to continue to gain them, even if you're going to stand in my way no matter what. I'm going to succeed, and this is the best thing that I can succeed with, and it's the thing that my school program has been teaching me to do, and it's something that I'm going to believe in because I have nothing else to believe in. I'm still going to do other things too outside of my life, so I'm not going to be streaming as much as I wish I could be, but any chance that I do have, and then I find that I can just have a lot of free time, and if like my parents aren't really around, because I don't really feel like dealing with them when they say that like I'm doing something stupid, like recording wise, and they're gonna like see it while I'm awake and be like, let's go barge in, like ask you to do something just to intervene, because that is something that they've decided to do a lot of the time. Yeah. Basically, parents told me that I should leave home. This is something that they've insisted upon a lot too, that if we want to leave, there is a door, we can leave. Goodbye. And this particular time, I took my chances. And I can also, again, I'll send screenshots on my Discord server. There are screenshots, they will be there. Yeah, it explains pretty well. Or it will explain pretty well about what happened. I think I'm gonna blur out some things, because some things are a bit more personal than others. You know, just rationalize what should be said or not. By the way, if you've been typing in chat, I'm just kind of ranting right now, so it's kind of my bad. I just wanted to give out, like, a little bit of information on why I wasn't streaming and why I'm going to be doing again, and then just in case my parents do see it, I'd give out, you know, my take on everything, because I don't really care what they think either. Like, they don't have to care what I think. That's completely fine. If you're not going to care what I think, common courtesy. I don't have to care about what you think. Tough titties. And you can say that, you know, oh, well, you're going to have respect for us. Okay. Bigger problem with that is that respect is earned, not just given out to you just because you're my parent, not just because you pay for me to live. Like I said, I will do chores and I will just have to pay off because I do a lot more just cleaning wise around the house in general to say that I have paid off. I've done my work, my share for living here, and it might have been out of punishments, but that is still a lot of work that I've done, and the ways that I've been treated as a child, and then y'all throwing in my face that emotional abuse is bad. Not a good way to view things, but you know, however you also view it, I suppose, because you know, you're right, aren't you? I suppose. Honestly, I don't know. I don't really want to be attacked right now. I'm not really prepared for all that. Actually, with this spider, I probably will be. Yeah, get him. Yeah, good dog. Hold on, I'll finish this up in a second. Like, look, I'm honestly tired too, so I really need to like go to sleep. I need to keep like my, you know, schedule for sleeping on track too. I didn't mean to hit the Enderman. This is an issue I had earlier and then I died. This is my first hardcore Chromebook World 2. Leave me alone. Did I not hit the Enderman? Alright, I'm just gonna assume I maybe hit him and stay over here. So, just to wrap up this story, I'm gonna do the rest of this on pause. I'm also gonna read chat right quick because I haven't said anything. Okay, no, there's no one there. So, what else can I explain that I haven't really gone through details of? Yeah, leaving home is something that I did because they insisted on it. Well, after they insisted upon me to leave, and when I took my chance, they said stuff about how I wasn't allowed to take anything because that's stuff that they paid for with their hard-earned money. So, you know, if I was gonna live there, you know, I have to find my way. And they acted like the things that I did to live out there were a bit unnecessary, but I think anyone in my situation would have just seen it as, you know, I need a way to survive, and if my parents are going to want to push me out, because that's what you were doing, you were pushing me away, whether or not you want to accept that is up to you. I don't really care. Like I said, I've truly given up on trying to care about how things are just seen your way or my way. I care about how I feel now, because I've realized that I'm the only person I can really rely on without being betrayed. Which sounds cringy and corny and all, but it's really true. I just don't think I can trust my own family. Because y'all continuously lie about the things that I haven't done, but then expect me to be okay with it. And that's not how life works. The world isn't a good place. I know that. But also being called a bad kid, being told that I'm not a lot of good, everything that I do is just bad, when in reality a lot of the things that I do are not bad. A lot of things that I do are just things that teenagers do at a certain age, and they're just being reluctant. I don't believe that's what it is either, by the way. I just do things that I do now because I don't have money to pay for the things that I have been doing, and if I had a job, it would really cancel out a lot of the problems I've been having with my family. Because then I would be able to pay for the things that I've been like wanting to do, like, you know, streaming, being on my computer and all that. I'd be able to pay for it. I'd be able to pay for like my own stuff instead of taking it from my parents, which I will repay them every last dollar of whatever product I have ever used of theirs. But my mom's gonna insist that, oh well, no, I don't really mind that much. But then they ground me over it, and I guess the point of the matter is that, oh well, it's not that you're being grounded over per se, because of, you know, the act, is the fact of the matter. Something like that, some sort of wisdom that I just genuinely don't care to learn. I can't imagine myself caring. But yeah, fun stuff. I want to kill a sheep. Yeah, my sheep are taking, or the dogs are taking forever just to kill the sheep. These sheep are horrible. I wanted to hopefully find a village before I ended my stream, but I'm not really having a lot of luck finding one. I'm getting kind of close to the end. I've like explained a lot this stream, I think, other than repeating the same things over and over again. But being pushed out, all that reluctant stuff about you guys not being okay with things. Not that you have to be either, by the way. Like you like to say, life is not about getting whatever you always want, and that does include with me, because as much as you want to control me, I'm also in control of my life a lot more than you think. And if truly I can, I will leave first chance that I get just so I can have my life back, because not streaming and not playing online and stuff cuts me off a lot from my own friends. So every friend I have was online before I got put into high school, and that's a bit stressful to think about, for me at least, because Layla, me and her will spend time like playing games, and then that's kind of like our root discussion to how like we get into topics. Without that, we just sit on call and then not speak. We're kind of just there experiencing each other's presence, and it's not like I have like bad times with Layla. Like me and Layla have great times, just that we're not gonna have such a great time if we're not really talking about much and if we're not really playing anything. No one really would, and it's kind of sad that that's how it is, but it's how it is. I was trying to breed my dogs. Yay. Does it turn purple? Okay, yeah, it turns purple. So soon I'll be able to just breed purple dogs, and purple dogs will be my army. Blue and red are the originals, and I'm happy. Anyway, yeah, but it does cut me off from a lot of my friends, and I've spent years like trying to make my friends and making relationships with them, only for, you know, you to take my computer, and then I have to slowly watch as my friends drift away from me, as I have to watch my own like time and like effort of spending like so much time, so much effort, like blood, sweat, tears, like all of my emotions being put into these people, just for me to watch them slowly drift apart from me because I wasn't able to play games with them. And friends should be able to be more than just, you know, doing that. Like, they should be able to see past it, like, oh my god, we can still hang out, you know, because we're friends. But that's not the point. Things are a lot more different from how they used to be back in their days. It's not like I can go and hang out with my friends like in real life. My friends live like across the world. Like, one of them, like I think we said this on stream, so I think it's okay to say. One of them lives in Canada. One lives in a completely other state than where I live, and that's like across the entire state too. And actually, two of them are like three of them actually. And then one of them is actually in the same state as me, but he isn't also talking to me at the moment, so I don't really know if he considers me to be anything. I think he's kind of upset with a lot of things, and I don't really know how to fix that, so I can't really fix it. Which, by the way, kind of was caused by a lot of the stuff that's happened, because I don't have much to talk about with them other than these games, and these games, again, are a root into my friendships. And maybe that was the point of your punishment, was to cut me off, which I guess is, a fair punishment, but it's kind of cruel in a way. I mean, at least I see it as kind of cruel. Not that you have to or anything, like, that truly depends on you and how much you care. But seeing as I am your own child, flesh and blood, and seeing your child hurt should mean a lot something, I think. Doesn't have to, but when I have children, I know how I'm going to treat them, if I have children, that is, because honestly, it truly depends. We're going to try and get a horse, actually, while I'm thinking about it, but, yeah. I just, there's so much to go on these subjects, and I don't really know how to explain them all thoroughly, and not just go off on different subjects. I'm really bad at the whole being on track with something. I don't know why. I'm weird, if you haven't realized. And I've also never done anything like this on YouTube, and it's kind of a wee bit scary to do, because I know I said this was my personal diary, and I'm not scared to do any of this, but it's more so scary to think that I'm doing this on a Chromebook, doing something that they're going to have an issue with somehow, some way, because they always find a way to have an issue with something, because that's just who my parents are. They just have issues. I think I'm gonna keep this horse, because I like how fast it is. Ooh, this one might be faster though. Honestly, I'm not really sure how much faster it is. Let's try this one. Yeah, no, I think this one might be the fastest. And I like this one more anyways. It has the gray and white polka dots, so we'll just keep it. I want to say I can get this horse across, but it might drown. So we're going to try and push it. Yeah, so basically parents pushed me away from home, and then I stayed out like in the wilderness for like a whole day, and I'll explain that in another stream, because I think after this stream I'll get a lot more comfortable with explaining things out with my life, I think, because I'm almost 18 and I'm gonna have full free will. I think I'm gonna go off on explaining a lot of things through here, because then I can just point to this and be like, hey, this is a big part of my life. Which it is meant to be a big part of my life. And I'm glad that I'm honestly taking this step as well, because it means a lot to me. My parents might not like it so much, but you know, that's just something that they're either gonna have to be fine with or throw a little tantrum over. Whatever they really want to do, I don't really care. I'm gonna live my life to the fullest in what I can, and finally go back on track to making money and doing the one thing I'm happy doing, which is doing YouTube, playing Minecraft, stuff like that. I don't know if I'll be making a ton of other videos like I used to do. Like the Borderlands series might be off for a little while, that, or if it isn't off, it might be used in a different way. Like, I don't know if I'll be doing it with Layla or not. Like, I might end up like replaying the entire first game just so I can do like every single thing, because that is something that I like doing. I know it's something that Pixel likes watching, and it'll get my watch hours up if he wants to just sit through and watch. Also, I think Pixel has sat through this entire stream, because I've had 4 concurrent viewers, which by the way means that some other person is still here, or 2 other people, because my phone kind of isn't on stream anymore. Not too sure why. It's kind of my fault. I could have been having a lot more views this entire time, but I'm slow. And I am also very grateful for whoever just sat through this entire stream watching. It could also just be my parents like wanting to hear out everything. But yeah. I've been living my life in real life, and it's been really good, really happy stuff. And I think going back to doing YouTube on the Chromebook and everything, since my parents are going to hold me back from my full potential of doing all of the content that I was doing, that, or if I can figure out how to get Steam on my Chromebook, then I'll just be able to do literally everything that I was doing just from a laptop. And then it shouldn't raise the bill as much, and then I'm not even going to be on it as much anyway, so it shouldn't even raise the bill at all. But we're going to see what all it does. I just hope it's not too much. Otherwise, we might have a couple of unresolved issues with my parents in a couple of days, in which case I just might not do the streams. Like, it's truly a 50-50 on how this ends up ending up. Like, if my parents are just going to leave me alone for once, or if I'm just going to have to be unhappy, you know, certain things, certain ways, depends on how things go. A lot of issues resolve with the parents, and nothing will be resolved, because my life never goes the way that we would think. I'm going to make nothing, because I don't have my bucket anymore, and I also don't have water anyway. Look, I think I've explained a lot of the situation. Basically, my parents took my computer. I'm gonna explain like this in very vague details now. Basically, in a nutshell, what I could have said the whole time. Parents took my computer, and then off of a lie, no less. And it was right when I promised that I was going to be like doing a ton of like epic stuff and being really good. And it was my New Year's resolution. It did kind of hurt me a little bit that, you know, right when I was being prepared to be my greatest that I could be, I got ripped away from. But I don't think that it's truly the end. I have 2 more years that I can live here, and I want to try and use it as being free and having the best payment option for not having like to pay for my own bills and not having like to do all that stuff yet. Because, you know, that's what a parent should want to be able to provide, but they don't seem to want to provide that. But if I also bring my computer over to Aspen's, the person who I was talking about a minute ago, or a while ago, just a person very dear to my heart, if they decide, hey, it's going to be good to bring my computer over there, then I will be able to bring my computer over there, and we'll have no bad issues at all. Because, you know, I just realized I didn't ever open my F3 menu for anything, so I'm going to have to rewatch my entire stream and go backwards just to see if I can find one part. Like, I'm going to have to, like, retrace my steps entirely just backwards. It's going to be terrible. Anyway, nutshell, parents took my computer over a lie right when I was happy. Hurt me a lot mentally. And I'm going to explain a lot more of, like, my situation, like, in other streams, which is why the series is called the Grounded series, because I think it's the most likely series to actually stick. It's also supposed to be named the Chromebook Saga. Yeah, it's basically just me streaming on a very poor laptop that doesn't even play very well. But if I have the OBS stuff and with it connected to other power sources, then it ends up running kind of smooth. And I have OBS and Linux open. I also have Optifine, so we can zoom in and all that stuff. It just runs smoother, like VSync Alpha. Like, I should probably turn down the chunk. Nah, I should probably keep it up actually. Here, we'll change the graphics to fast, and it'll run so smoothly. I don't know if I'll be able to have the... I think I can keep smooth lighting on, because I think that's what keeps everything up to, like, having the torches with lights and everything. Yeah. I've explained a lot for this stream. I just wanted to truly give the clip notes on just how I left home for a little bit and had a few little mental problems just going through it. Like, you know, I was in the thick of it, and everybody knows. They know me where it snows. I see 40 fucking million, and if so, I've been told. Guys, like my video, like my live stream, all that fun stuff, guys. We're gonna do so much fun stuff, I promise. This is a good series, Saga. Don't give up on me, please. I love you. You do not understand how much I cherish doing the YouTube thing. Like, let me take off my shield and stuff. We're gonna throw the string away. What can we hold? We'll hold 2 pumpkins. How about that? So, what I'm going to explain now is going to be very inspirational because we're doing it in the cherry blossom area. I don't know. I just need to explain this. I need to get it off my chest and to put it on YouTube so that people understand that this time it's not me just taking a hiatus. It's not just me giving up. It's me being forced to do something that I did not want to do. Something that was stripped from me when I truly was desired and actually having the potential to do so. But my school has brought me a lot of thoughts on the situation that I was thinking about, and I think I've decided upon my research. I took my computer from the attic because I wanted it to be safe in my possession. Because I know that if it's in my room, they don't really come in here often, I hope. If they do, oh, so be it. Whatever, I can't really stop them. They do own the house and everything, but I have a blanket over it to kind of prove that, you know, it's not really running. Because if I put a blanket over it while it was running, that'd be kind of dumb because then it'd like snap in half or break or something stupid like that, and that's never good for anyone because, you know, that makes fire. Sir, why were you just looking at my face, dog? Anyways, that would cause a fire, and it would also ruin my computer. Why do you keep turning away every time I want to put you in the... Hi, dog. Hi, dog. Hi, dog. Okay. Yeah. I don't know. I truly just took my computer because I wanted it to be safe in my room, and now it's under my desk. Put a blanket over it, put all my clothes on top of it so I wouldn't turn it back on and wouldn't have to like move everything because I'm really lazy like that. And it kind of it's just to prove a point that I'm not using it, but it's in my possession and it's safe. Because I want it to go somewhere else that'll be safe and where I can actually use it, since my parents seem to not want me to have it here. Which is fine, I mean, they can live however they want. Just to put this little message out there though, it doesn't do anything good for y'all at all, and you don't have to care. I don't care if you care. I'm just gonna say it for your sake. Me, quote unquote, having an attitude is just me not talking to you. You can have issues with that all you want, like, oh, you're stomping around, oh, you're doing this, oh, you're doing that. That's just because all you can hear is me walking. My entire life, you have insisted that I am too loud, I am too abrupt, I am just too much. You have insisted on this my entire life because I have ADHD. I have issues with just apparently what you like to think is me being defiant. It's not me being defiant, it's just that your rules are a bit just excessive most of the time. And you say that you're laid back, but you weren't always, which puts me in this spot of always being suspicious, because I have paranoia and I will never be able to trust you. I will never be able to trust my own parents because of the way I was living and the way I thought of you. And I tried forgiving you. I attempted my way of forgiveness and trying to believe in a religion, and I think this particular person is going to bring me back on that. Just that I find it really weird how it is to be seen, because I was focusing on religion, and then this person who believes in kind of the same religion just came into my life, and when I had just given up on it, and I don't know how to explain that truly to her. I need to one day, I know that. But that's also what I'm going to explain on other streams. Look, we're going to go through so many things on this saga. The Chromebook saga. We're naming it the Chromebook saga with the Grounded series. The Grounded series is just, for the live streams, like this one Hardcore World, it's just to play on it. The one series that'll actually work. And then the Chromebook saga is just because, well, we're going through it. We're going through my entire life. Because what are they going to do? Destroy the Chromebook? I need this for school. So, I do have one that comes from school, but I can't connect it to my... Just so you know, before you decide to destroy my laptop and make sure I can't use it and everything, because you want to make up some new rule, like I wasn't supposed to be using it for Minecraft in the first place and streaming. Like I said, my mom walked into my room. I played Minecraft in front of you and Logan. Logan expressed that I was playing Minecraft. You did not say shit. You did not try and turn it off. You did not say anything. You stood next to me and you watched me play while I silently stared back because I told you. And I will say it here too. I'm probably not going to speak much to y'all. Why? I don't think you deserve to. You've betrayed my trust for the last time, and it hurts me a lot more to talk to you and try and understand anything, and I don't know why, and I do at the same time, but one step at a time, baby steps, because this is going to be a really long series. I need to have multiple stories drawn out, and this one stream is already, how long has this stream been, guys? It's not even 1 hour, really? Oh, no, it's been 2 hours and 20 minutes, okay. So, 2 hours was enough to explain this one situation and then the whole lying express. I haven't even given you the entire, lying thing, but if there was a lion, it's my stepdad. For my school, though, I'm a lion because the lions are supposed to, one of the things I said I was going to talk about, my school's pledge. It's something about, lions and how we're supposed to be proud and doing things, good. Being proud of who you are, looking in the mirror, being positive, will have a good outlook on how you live. And I think I'm going to carry that with myself a lot. Because doing all this is going to help with, having a good positive mindset, but also with making money, doing a lot of stuff that I want to do. Being able to, pay forward to doing YouTube and then pay forward to paying off my debts to my parents that I end up paying off. And then after I pay it off, I'll probably end up, ghosting my entire family, sadly, so I'm going to live with them and all, but they can decide if they still want to try and, buy me stuff or not. I mean, I can live off of my school stuff, and I'll end up, moving out and probably... Look, if it comes down to it, I'm going to put this out here, too, for my stream. Me and Layla planned years ago to, take me away, because Layla understood a lot of my situation, which is why she's been in my life for 5 decades. But she's going to possibly help me in 2 months' time. Which means if me and the the probability don't end up working out, then me and Layla are going to end up going somewhere anyway, and then she's going to help me out with getting a job and all that other stuff, and then we're going to just relentless job search. And if me and that person work out, then it would be really good for us, because then she'll be the only person who's actually, stayed in my life and not overthought something, or actually came to me when they truly thought that they were overthinking, and then I can confirm without a doubt. And also because with this person, I lost my Snapchat account with 200k snap score, and it made me kind of sad, but I also had a ton of people out there, and I think an issue of mine was also knowing a ton of people, because it makes it kind of suspicious for me to know a ton of people and then think that I'm a loyal person, and that's completely fair. My ex had complete issues with, lying about stuff, and that's other stuff that we'll talk about, because I need to get stuff off of my chest. And I know I did that one stream in 2025, another reason why I was getting more comfortable with YouTube, but then cut it all off because of my parents. But we're gonna go through everything I have ever gone through at some point. More serious stories will happen when I turn 18, so in 2 years, or almost 1 year. Something I'm going to admit on my channel now, since we are closing in on the end of the video and we're going to release more public information. My birthday is March 5th, 2008. since I said I was 16 a minute ago, you know I'm turning 17. March 5th, 2008. That's my birthday. 030509. And I think every birthday we will get close, like we'll give out a more revealing story of who I am. But then once I turn 18, I think I'm gonna let the entire floodgate open and do an entire, like, just stream on just exposing my whole life for what I've lived, because I think it deserves to be out there. And also because if I'm going to continue doing YouTube and all that, I want to have it in this permanent space where it will be not locked away, but still out in the public and something that people will know and be able to watch and feel inspired from, and maybe just make them feel better about their own life if they have complicated issues and know that they can surpass them. Even if they are having bad times, there's always a light at the end. Positivity, really good for you. Also, I'm not gonna lie, I really think we ran into a circle because I think this is where I was at like the very beginning of the game, and that might mean that actually my mine shaft or my dungeon area is down there, but I'm pretty sure if we go in this direction we'll find it. I need to find that dungeon because I need to make it like into a good one. Also, I don't know where I left my horse at. Unless I left it on that island. But that would be kind of stupid of me. Look, I have to find out where I left it too, so that involves looking back at the stream. I don't know why I just left my horse somewhere. Unless I left it on that hill. It could definitely be back at the Cherry Blossom Hill, so we might have to end up going back over there too. Either way, we're gonna find somewhere in this stream because I've given out all the information that I'm going to for tonight. But yeah, anyways, I'll read chat now, Pixel, if you want me to. But yeah, just so we all know though, I need to confirm without a doubt, and I think I've already confirmed this on other parts. I'm not sure how likely I am to stream every single day, but I will attempt to stream whenever I have free time, if my parents are away, so that I do not have to interact with them in the moment of doing this stuff. And also if they just text me about it, then I can just claim that I'm streaming, then I will send them a video of me using my Chromebook, and they can't deny that I'm not using it, because I put it at the very beginning of the stream for a reason, so that if they ever do click on this stream, it's all there, it's all in the public, they can see it, and they can't say it's not there. And I'm grateful for the things I have. So I'm not doing this out of disrespect, not doing this out of, oh, I can find loopholes, not doing this because I think I'm better. I'm doing it for my well-being, because I need this. Something that I can look back and know that it was worth something of my childhood. Because I have had nothing of my childhood, because you have stripped me of that. You've stripped me of the only thing I was really good at other than drawing. I've never been good at school, so most likely high school isn't gonna really go too well, like GPA wise. Like, guys, my GPA is 2.6. I can log into my Power School and like read it out like directly too, because I think it's like 2.6668 something. I'm not sure, but I know it has a ton of sixes in it, and I find it funny because I think like one of them is actually like a 666, and it makes it like the 666 number, and it's just funny to me. It shouldn't be most likely, but you know, it's really funny to me. Did I just do a circle back to the... I might have just done a circle back to the Cherry Blossom. Okay, that's fine. I need to take my bed back anyway. Where did my horsey go? Because if it is up here, that is, then it should be somewhere around here. There, it's gonna be like on the side of the mountain where it fell off. We're gonna find my horse and then we'll end my stream. But until then, yeah. to just give like some things of what we're gonna talking about what can hopefully be the love of my life, but most likely I'll label it as being a crush from my high school. There can also be like doing some cool things like explaining my school activities, explaining how there's a guy in my like school who will randomly walk past me and just call me cutie. He just walks past, he's a blonde guy, and he just randomly will walk past and say, "What's up, cutie?" or "Hey, cutie." Like, look, I never know what to say, but I think the next time I ever see him, if he ever says like "Hey, cutie" to me again, the first thing I'm gonna say back is "Hey, handsome." Because I thought really long and hard about this, and I thought, well, if he's gonna go out of his way to be positive and nice and do the whole Lions pledge thing, I might as well. So I'm gonna call him handsome, and he's gonna love it. He's gonna enjoy it, and he's just gonna nut. Yeah, no, you probably won't nut, but you know, I can dream that he would. I'm very positive. Yeah. I'm gonna see if I can download. I think I've mentioned this as well, but obviously I know I said I was going to do all this stuff multiple times. I'm gonna see if I can download Steam so I can do other videos, but if I can't, don't expect it, but I will try my hardest, because I tried installing Steam before on my Chromebook, but it was saying stuff about how like I had a missing 32-bit file, and the laptop is supposed to run 64-bit anyway, but it likes to claim that it's worse than what it is. But then again, it is a Chromebook, and downloading like Minecraft in general was already really difficult. Like, OBS wasn't that hard for some reason. I'm shocked that it's even working, but I think it's because it's in like a whole YouTube program. You log in with YouTube, but the only thing is that it takes forever like to load all that login stuff. Like, same with Minecraft. Whenever you like load it in with Minecraft, you'll like wait for it to load, all that fun stuff, and then you just play Minecraft. But it takes forever, and I have to like click multiple times just to get it to be like, yeah, we've logged into my account. So I don't ever really get to be Mitch till like 12 hours later. Oh, we found a village. We said whenever we find something special, we'd end the video. Is that? Oh, okay. I thought I saw like stuff that was just, I thought it was like vindicators. It was not vindicators, it was just horses that just appeared. So yeah. Yeah, I don't got much else to say. I just wanted to make sure right quick that my like audio wasn't just not speaking the whole time, because I just realized I was only able to hear music from my laptop, but that also is probably because my laptop was only playing music because I muted my stream up there. I'm really smart. Anyway, yeah. Nothing else to really explain. We've been here. Next stream, we will customize the village into our very own slave incorporation. But it will be labeled as Vulgar's Improvise. Yeah, I think improvise is a good idea. Anything else I can think about, or forever hold your peace, because this is the end of this live streams episode. We'll call them podcast, just because I'm preppy like that. Let's go ahead and get this wheat. Since we have so many cows over here, we can just get them all into one spot, and then hopefully they won't just moo at me. Look, I have a good idea for this already, but I need all of you to get into the hole and not around it. Honestly, I'd prefer to be farming sheep right now. No. No. Wait. Yes. Yes, I'm so smart. Actually, I should probably just sleep first, and then we'll put those two in the hole, even though they're just gonna watch me sleep like you weirdos. I ought to kill the both of you for watching me, but I really just need you to be alive right now. Okay, so that cow is in there. I almost said sheep. We're gonna act like that didn't happen. And then just so I can show these on the stream, just so I know the coordinates, because apparently I'm gonna have to retrace my entire step. 1, 2, 3, 4. See if my dog will teleport out. Yup. Then we will breed the other two. Come here. Alright, and now these dog can. The red one's gonna sit down because this is my original dog, but the blue one I don't really care about that much, but he was the actually original, so. You will be a girl, you will be a boy, because blue. And then you are just an army dog, and the purple one that was just born is also an army dog, so. Potato, potato, all that fun stuff. We need a catchphrase for the end of these videos because this is a new series and it's the grounded series. So, we have plummeted, we have fallen, but we will rise and we will not fall again. Because I refuse to let my parents actually like take away something that I was being good at. It's probably a bad idea to say that part on the stream, but you know, I don't really know what I want to say for all these videos. Yeah. This stream already makes me feel better. However, if I wake up and my computer is like gone out of my room, that will be kind of sad. I might just end up like moving it somewhere else so they don't like know where it is, but it's still in my room, so you know I'm not really using it. But I still need it underneath my area because it's just the most convenient place for me to put it, honestly. We're just gonna have to see what happens. But anyways, yeah, we're gonna call that the end of this live stream. If you guys have enjoyed, I hope so, because this stream was very long. So yeah, we're gonna put a bye-bye in my chat from the owner. 2 hours, 41 minutes, and 30 seconds. I'm going to miss y'all until I come back. Until then, ciao.